Equal Credit Opportunity Lender.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. Now, during our Cyber Week sale, the all-new Queen Sleep Number C2 smart bed is only $880, the lowest price ever. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kids' day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Here we go on a Thursday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that greatly, and we do have a good program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out in the world. Deb will do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 3:45, it's the Froggers football forecast. We'll all make our picks. 4 o'clock, date night done right with our friend Danny Meyering from Orlando Date Night Guide. 4:45, our buddy Glenn Clausman pops in for Colbert Court. Got a good case today. 5:40, it's trivia. Rolling Stones tickets on board today. And, of course, we'll end it up with Ross Thoughts and Last Call. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight-ahead producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy Aileen Rose Paget.
Always bow and arrow, never arrow and bow.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out live on our YouTube channel. How's it going today on this beautiful Thursday?
Because really, you could have the arrow without the bow and still do some damage. But a bow without the arrow, what do you got?
You got a harp. You got a one-string harp.
You got a way to start a fire.
Right.
You have that.
And also, if you were to go arrow and bow, that's alphabetical.
Yeah, it's weird how that, I think it's just sounds better. It's easier to say, right? Arrow and bow doesn't roll off the tongue like bow and arrow.
Only because you've been doing it like that for 56 years.
I don't think that's right. I think arrow and bow does not run. I mean, it's just, I think the way you have to form the
arrow,
words.
Arrow, bow.
Yeah,
bow.
arrow and bow. Bow and arrow.
Yeah, bow, you come in pretty hard.
Yeah.
Bow.
Yeah, hard B.
Bow and arrow.
Anyways, I've been thinking about that for 4 hours.
Okay, good. Well, I wish
Wow.
that I could do that.
Day.
I wish I had 4.5 hours to commit to the bow and arrow order.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Just got me thinking.
I got you, buddy. It happened.
I'm on top of it.
All right. Well, while you were gone, I was telling the guys that when my wife and I drive, I don't know about any of you guys, when we take road trips, we rarely talk and we don't listen to the radio.
What?
We will just go for hours just in silence because we never get it. My wife perpetually has 30 people chirping in her face about things that have to happen. And not that I have that here, but just some silence is nice. So, I was telling them that we were trying to figure out what happened to the spouses of the Brady Bunch parents.
Yeah.
It's a blended family, and they never talked about the exes of the prospective parents, and they never mentioned any of them. If their dad was around, if their mom was around, if they had visitation, none of that.
Are they both widows?
Well, it turns out the dad is a widow, but they never mention the mom's ex ever, and it's never brought up.
A texter says Sherwood Schwartz, the creator of the show, wanted her to be divorced, but again, typical cautious network pushback.
Right.
Didn't want to have a divorcee in the early 70s on television.
Right.
So they were fighting him on that. So it was never established on the show. They wanted her to be a widow. The creator of the show wanted her to be divorced, but so they never solved it. So it just remained ambiguous.
Yeah. So I get it. I mean, you think about things like that sometimes. You can't get them out of your head.
So
They get stuck in there.
So if there's no guy in the picture, maybe this is like a, like a divine thing.
Yeah, you never know. You're right.
Like if they never go ahead and explain. That's so wild.
Yeah, they never said it. I watched that show. I think I've probably seen every episode of that show. One of the only shows I can probably say I've seen every episode of is the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
And every Scooby-Doo up until a certain point. And every Beverly Hillbillies up until a certain point. That's about it, though. Like, no new shows.
Oh,
can
Gilligan's Island. Come on now.
I don't think I saw every Gilligan's Island.
I don't think there were that many.
Yeah, it was only like 3 seasons.
Yeah. Like Star Trek was only 3 seasons.
Yeah. I saw every episode of Breaking Bad. I never saw every episode of Sopranos.
Ooh.
I saw every episode of Dexter. Every single one of them.
Are you sorry about that?
Well, that last one I am. That last season, actually.
I think I've seen.
Did you see the reboot?
Yeah, not bad.
I think I've seen every episode of. Breaking Bad. Some of the dramas. I think like you have to.
Game of Thrones for you. Yeah, you had to
I've
watch that stuff. I mean, here's the thing: if
But
you're
also-
into it, you're into it.
But I think the only. It's Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Rugrats. Like that's my list of. I know for a fact that I've seen every episode.
Ozark.
Yeah,
because again, it's 3 seasons. I mean, it's easy to consume that. For me, though, when you get into some of these shows and they get into their 6th or 7th season, unless the stories are good and the writing is still good and they haven't done anything stupid with the characters, like giving them a horn or a kid or an identical twin from another country, like you got me. I just like good stories.
A combination of all 3.
Right, exactly.
So, twin, baby, horn, everything.
Besides the original Star Trek, I've seen every episode. The Next Generation. With Picard, I've seen every episode.
Oh, really?
It's 178 of those bad
Damn,
boys.
really? I didn't know you were a big Star Trek guy, dude.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Are you just bored?
Yeah.
How about you? You seen every episode of something?
Not lately.
No?
The last time that I could really say every episode would Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fine. I mean, my wife has seen a bunch of those. My wife would take a minute to, like, every episode of True Love. Or True Blood.
True Blood.
Every episode of a bunch of stuff. She's like really into that stuff.
I have a mystery though.
What's that?
I've noticed this like over construction areas or agricultural areas. I'm really hoping our listeners can let us know, but it looks like it's a stationary drone in the sky. I see them flying home, and you'll see them perpendicular from each other. They'll have the blinking lights, like it looks like it's a radio tower.
Yeah.
But it's taller than that, and they stay in that one spot, and I cannot figure out what the hell they are.
Is it surveying drones? Do they do that? It's got to be that, right?
That's what I was thinking.
When are you seeing this?
Oh, Jack coming in hot.
Well, I see them both at night and during the day, but like that's what I was thinking is like, is this for road construction?
Yeah,
is this for like a new planned development?
Well, I guess like if it's construction, typically you wouldn't see them at night, right? Wouldn't they just land if they're drones?
Yeah, that would be weird for them to be flying at night and doing work like that.
Staying in a stationary position.
Right,
and
right,
like
right.
you can see like 3 of them, they'll be perpendicular from each other. And it's like, what are you guys looking at?
And the flight time
UFOs.
isn't that long on those things, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Plus, I know with helicopters, they cannot stay in the same spot because of the way the rotors turn the air.
Yeah.
Not for a very long time. But
Right.
I just keep seeing these things, and I keep thinking, since we have the smartest audience in talk radio, someone might be able to tell me what they are.
That's interesting. I've never even heard of that being used. My son-in-law is a surveyor. I've not heard him talk about using drones to do that.
No, usually it's the pins in the ground and the viewfinder thing that they use.
I know they used to do flyovers. I know they use drones now to try to figure out where like certain if they have to survey a piece of property just to be able to prepare themselves equipment wise.
That's what I'm thinking.
They can fly a drone out, maybe see if there's water or something like that.
It could be worse, especially when it comes to Deborah.
No,
I'm serious.
It's
a
not.
texter, a police radar drone.
Oh,
No,
wow,
they would have nailed me by now. I mean, come on.
Should have no license right now.
But it's been very curious. I see them specifically on the 429 and sometimes off
I'll be damned.
44. 44 or the 429. I can't remember if I've seen them off 46.
Somebody said there are tethered drones, so I guess they just put and then just set them
lame.
up and just have them go.
What a tease.
Yeah, but I mean, again,
that's called a kite.
What's the average?
Kite.
What is the average flight time for one of those things? It's not much more than maybe 20 minutes or so, is it?
Nah, it depends on the drone.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, they can get up to. I'm sure there's a couple of drones out there that are pushing hours.
Really? You think?
Yeah.
Wow, I would have never guessed that. I mean, I thought the extended battery on one of those things was still only good for an hour and a half of flight max.
Like those military ones?
Yeah,
they can stay up for hours.
Yeah.
But
all right, 407-917. Well, I mean, I guess so because, I mean, they're doing all those shows now. Didn't you say that the Mount Dora just had like a pretty incredible drone show?
Oh, my gosh. It was
How long
one of the
did that
most.
last?
It was just a few minutes, like
Yeah.
a fireworks show. But to see what they could do in the sky, create candy canes and Christmas ornaments and Santa's sleigh that looked like it was flying with the reindeer. And it was mind blowing. It really was. And then to see the drones just float away and go behind the tree line.
yeah, you're getting this 3D image like being shown in front of you on this giant canvas.
Full color. Yeah,
Crazy.
it was amazing.
Bunch of nerds behind that thing.
I told you that Wonder of the Seas that we went on, which is now the second biggest cruise ship in the world because the Icon of the Seas just sailed out literally 3 days ago. To take its first thing. And they did a drone show in one of the theaters as part of one of their stage shows, and it was amazing. It was even more amazing watching them land or how they had to come back. It's just like a trunk, right? They bring out a trunk and they open this trunk up. And then individually, these drones would fly themselves home like a
locust.
Yeah, like one of those vacuum cleaners.
Like a swarm, like a Roomba.
Yeah, like a Roomba. They would
a
just Roomba
reverse
themselves right
snitch.
back in there, and they would just go. They would land like they were going home. The guy would just shut the lid, and off he went.
Yeah, it was
Super cool though.
It
Sorcery.
was. It looked like sorcery because when the show was done and they all became like these different colored like holiday lights, and you just watched this cloud of drones float over the lake and then just disappear behind the tree line where the drone operator must have been stationed. But it was unlike anything you've seen. We all know fireworks shows.
Yeah. I wonder how many drones are responsible for most of these UFO or UAP sightings now, as they're calling them.
You got to rebrand.
Yeah, you got to rebrand. That's right.
Yeah, they focus grouped it.
UFOs is so 90s.
Yeah.
So 70s and 90s. So now it's UAPs. I mean,
If you say UFO, people just think you're nuts.
Right, yeah,
but
you're nuts.
UAP, it's like,
okay.
that's government stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy reads.
Government stuff signed off.
Got to
on
be
that.
a pilot or something.
Yeah.
Up to date.
But that has to be right because when they were developing the stealth bombers, they basically proved that a lot of those triangle shapes that people saw for many, many years, flying over the desert was basically them testing the stealth bombers. They looked like triangles or shapes like that. It was very awkward because they weren't stereotypical aircraft. So, I mean, you have to believe that a lot of the stuff we're getting reports on now is probably more than likely like just drones.
I don't, only because so many of the reports are coming from military and airline pilots who I think would be flying at an altitude that drones wouldn't be able to fly, and they wouldn't be able to get up to the speeds that they get up to in some of those, especially the military video.
No question. I mean, the pilots are one thing, but I'm talking. What was that? What was that? Did you?
Was that C-Lane?
I think that was C-Lane in a booth behind us.
Oh, and he doesn't like UAPs?
No, I don't think he's aware that just happened.
Okay.
No.
Can they hear me?
Yeah.
Why did everybody just look at me?
Hey,
I can hear you, buddy, because you're.
Oh, wow, that scared me.
You just death grunted into the mic.
Thank God that was all I did.
I think you just had your last breath with us. Are you all right?
I'm good.
Did you just eat a pickle whole? Did something happen? Is everything all right?
I was clearing my throat to record spots.
Well, thank you for sharing it with us. You all made us have a number 2.
Sounds like you sat on an old raccoon.
We were talking UFOs, and I was like, oh, my God.
I know, all of a sudden you're
They're real.
Oh, these government people are listening like crazy.
I know.
Yeah, like
here.
We're talking about UFOs, and we just have a random. It's like, yeah, that's right on the money. That's what they would do.
That just reminded me is like if I just farted at dinner, my mother would be like,
Yeah, you hide it.
Right.
You let them go and make that at the same noise.
Oh, Jimmy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Elon Musk brings up a very interesting argument we've heard before. We'll bring that up as well. Some state... There are a number of, like, at this time of year, they're always like, well, these states had this year in 2023. I've got two of those today, and both of them are fascinating to me, and we'll tell you about that as well. Deb, you got some news for us?
Yeah, I sure do. Former diplomat and Secretary of State Henry Kissinger has died. The great red versus blue state debate is on tap tonight, and hey, it looks like a nutcracker, but it opens your beer. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, you got it. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound at John Young Parkway. The left lane is blocked. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident blocking two right lanes on I-4 westbound at US 27. Traffic is backed up before State Road 429. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between International Drive and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology switches between networks, giving you the best service at a lower price. Switch today. Call 855-55-BOOST, visit boostinfinite.com, or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15.
Divorce? Call Trinley & Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
To everyone who wants to treat the family to a meal made just for you, let our team member Arish share what makes Culver's special.
We know the best meals are the ones shared with the people you love. It's why we handcraft our Wisconsin classics, so there's a favorite for everyone. Like our cook-to-order butter burgers and our real Wisconsin cheese curds. And there's no better way to treat yourself than our creamy, fresh, frozen custard. I put the same care into your meal that I would for my own family.
Come to Culver's for a meal made the Wisconsin way.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
If you're into sports, you have to check out Primrose Lanes for game days. Amazing food, great drinks, and even better viewing options. Eat, drink, and watch in style. Visit us at primroselanes.com.
Hey, everybody. If you have a FlexSpin or HealthSpin account, maximize its benefits for your LASIK procedure at the Filatowski Eye Institute. The team at the Filatowski Eye Institute has successfully performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures utilizing the latest state-of-the-art technology, offering 24-month interest-free financing. Exceptional eye care is accessible. Don't compromise your vision. Choose the Filatowski Eye Institute for unparalleled expertise and cutting-edge technology. Text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to clearer vision today.
Hey, creators, it's your chance to be heard. Always dreamed of making your own song? Now you can with just a few swipes on the Hype app, where you can effortlessly create music, share it with friends, and join a community of real musicians. Listen to Johnny's House on XL 1067 for a chance to hear your Hype song air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the Hype app at XL1067.com. That's HYPH, or follow XL1067 on Insta.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Remember, when you're ready to sell or trade in your next car, go to GiveMeTheVin.com, because one thing's for certain, I love to buy cars.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want to share special thank you messages this Veterans Day. And who better to hear them from than your friends and family?
Happy Veterans Day to my husband, Timothy Golden. We are so proud of you.
I'd like to shout out Brendan Barrett, who served as an infantryman in the U.S. Army.
Sending a happy Veterans Day shout out to my amazing husband, Shane Dixon.
And from all of us here, happy Veterans Day. Use hashtag Gratitude Mission to thank a veteran and honor their service. Your service inspires ours. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Wing House can't make the weekend last longer, but we can give you 20 wings for $20 every Saturday and Sunday. And the lovely Wing House ladies will help take your mind off having to go back to work on Monday. 20 wings, $20 every weekend at Wing House Bar and Grill. Good food, beautifully served.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner, or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for tuning in as we broadcast live here from beautiful Maitland, Florida on this gorgeous, cool Thursday.
Finally back in the 70s.
No joke. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke. On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen Saturday morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show.
Okay.
Good news, 2 more Israeli hostages had been released by Hamas. This as Israel and the Palestinian militant group agreed to extend their temporary ceasefire deal another day. The Israel Defense Forces said more hostages are expected to be released later today. Now, as part of the extension of the truce, Israel will also release more Palestinian detainees from Israeli prisons. Officials in Gaza report 1.7 million people have been displaced, with the death toll surpassing 14,500, while the IDF estimates 1,200 people were killed during the October 7th attack on Israel by Hamas. All right, Henry Kissinger has died at the age of 100. The former diplomat and political scientist passed away at his home in Connecticut, according to his consulting firm. He was busy up until a month ago.
Yeah.
Kissinger served as national security advisor and later as the U.S. Secretary of State under both Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. He earned the Nobel Peace Prize in 1973 for negotiating a ceasefire in Vietnam. That ceasefire didn't hold, and the Vietnam War ended 2 years later with the fall of Saigon. Now, after he left office, Kissinger was appointed to the boards of various universities, companies, and think tanks. He has served as an advisor to many, if not all, post-Nixon presidents, including Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. He was the only world leader and American that today the Chinese president commented,
Right, yeah.
Vladimir Putin commented. So,
yeah, it's a
very troubling.
Yeah, had some controversy there with his Cambodian campaign
Yeah.
that basically installed the Khmer Rouge after the fact, which led to a movie called The Killing Fields. If you ever want to see what Pol Pot was all about, I think he killed about 1.5 to 3 million Cambodians as he basically took control and persecuted his political enemies and anybody that would stand behind them.
It's definitely a movie to see. It was a terrible, terrible legacy.
It was
for
funny
the Khmer
because
Rouge.
you never know about when of course you've heard Kissinger's name in the political field for many years, for decades here. But one of the few things that you did know is how much Anthony Bourdain hated him, and one of the reasons why is because Bourdain spent so much time with the people of Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. He loved that area of the country, loved the food, loved the people. And when he saw what that did to decades of their culture, he held a really sour spot for Kissinger and wrote about it in 2 of his books.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
All right, the great red versus blue state debate is on tap tonight as Governor Ron DeSantis debates California Governor Gavin Newsom. The 90-minute show on Fox News will be a chance for each governor to present their very different ideologies to a national audience. Fox News host Sean Hannity will moderate as Newsom and DeSantis spar about key issues, including the economy and inflation, abortion, gun control, immigration, and homelessness. DeSantis is lagging in the polls recently as the GOP presidential hopeful, and Newsom is seen by some insiders as an alternate to Joe Biden should the president choose to drop out of the race. The 2 political heavyweights will take the debate stage in Alpharetta, Georgia, and the debate begins at 9 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, as tonight is the night that the governors of California and Florida go head-to-head in that debate, you can play along. The Los Angeles Times has put together bingo cards to use while Newsom and DeSantis battle it out. There are 4 bingo cards to choose from, and each square has a word or phrase that will likely be used during the nationally televised event. Words like woke, homeless, or Trump, and phrases like smash and grab. 2020 election results and January 6th will get you closer to calling bingo.
Yeah.
Drinking game of your choice.
Crime Ridden is probably going to show up as well.
I'm
Because
sure.
he's going to get hit for San Francisco pretty hard, of course.
I'm sure, yeah. All right, so the high cost of housing tops the list of problems facing Florida voters. That's according to a new University of North Florida poll. Of the 700 registered voters surveyed, 26% said the cost of housing was their top priority, followed closely by the economy, jobs, and inflation at 25%. Education and immigration were tied for third most important problem at 9% each. In a separate question, nearly 1/3 of respondents says they think insurance companies bear the greatest responsibility for Florida's property insurance crisis. In the meantime, a new poll finds that a majority of voters support a constitutional amendment to allow recreational marijuana in Florida.
Wow.
67% of respondents to the University of North Florida poll said they would vote yes to the proposed amendment should it make it to the November 2024 ballot. And another poll question, 62% said they favor a proposed constitutional amendment that would protect a woman's access to an abortion until fetal viability. If the measures make it to the ballot, 60% of voters would need to support them in order to pass.
60%, ironically, very high.
All right. If you live in Lake Buena Vista or Bay Lake, heads up.
All right.
Because changes are coming to those 2 cities served by the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District.
Okay.
Okay. That what I believe used to be the Reedy Creek District.
Yes.
Okay. So the district in January is going to terminate its agreement to provide services to Lake Buena Vista and Bay Lake. Now, the district will still cover fire and EMS, and the sheriff's office will cover law enforcement services. But the cities, a.k.a. the residents who live there, are going to have to provide their own elections services, accounting, finance, and insurance coverage. Officials from the 2 cities met yesterday to discuss just how to cover these costs. Randy Singh is the manager for both cities, and he tells Wesh 2 News he still hasn't determined exactly how much money is going to be needed.
Wow.
Speaking of things to do with tourism, Disney CEO says in his words he will, quote, definitely, end quote, step down when his contract expires in 2026. That's what Bob Iger told CNBC yesterday at the New York Times Deal Book Summit. Iger took over Disney last year, you remember, for the second time after Bob Chapek was removed from the board after getting into quite a few tangles with the governor. Iger says he was disappointed in what he saw in the last transition period, and he discovered certain things that could have been done better. He tells CNBC that he is involved in the search for a new CEO to ensure a smoother succession this time.
Nice.
I love that corporate workaround speak, right?
Right.
Saying it without saying it.
Yeah, they're very good at it.
They are very good at
like
it.
a black belt good at it.
Exactly.
Ninja.
Yeah, Jack has also got that skill.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Anyone in management.
Yeah, right. There you go. On display.
Yeah, I just hope that they keep the Bob thing going. I would love to see a third Bob. So I don't know why I find that funny that they're like, oh, Bob Iger's gone, and we got another Bob.
Someone get me Bob Fryer on the phone.
Yeah. Let's get a third Bob there over at Diz.
Something else that we've followed before, still a really cool idea, but an abandoned, let's try that again, Deborah. An abandoned shopping mall in Brevard County. You can go ahead and give me a buzzer.
No, I just really enjoy when you call yourself out the first person like that.
Yeah. Clever ploy, by the way, to not get a buzzer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, the
Jack likes that.
The abandoned shopping mall in Brevard County is coming down. The first phase of demolition for the Titusville Mall began earlier this week. The space is going to be replaced by a mixed-use development called the Titusville Resort and Destination. It's going to include a hotel, an assisted living facility, 3 restaurants, and a more than 200-unit apartment complex.
Wow.
Officials have not given a timeline on when the next phase of the project will get underway. Mount Dora, trying to reduce its carbon footprint. The city says applications are open for its community solar program. So at least 500 customers with Mount Dora Electric Utility can choose whether they want to power their homes with 25 to 100% of solar energy. This is pretty cool. Starting tomorrow, those who qualify will not even have to invest in or install their own panels. The program is on a first-come, first-served basis. Applications are available on the city's website.
Really? Are you part of that?
No, because we have too many trees.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You want a chainsaw?
No.
Right. All right.
I like what the shade does during the summer, keeping those power bills down. Plus, I just like my trees. Meanwhile, the Mount Dora police are police are continuing to look for the gunman who killed a Central Florida couple exactly 3 years ago.
I saw this story today, and I just could not believe that much time had passed. It's been that long since they killed that couple, and it was just so senseless.
It was senseless, and what makes it worse, well, Lake County and Mount Dora investigators say a masked suspect shot Ken Trin and Tina Wynn while trying to rob their convenience store back in 2020. The couple were co-owners of the TNN Market in Mount Dora, which was known as a community staple. Ken and Tina were known that if you couldn't cover all of the money that you needed to get some groceries, they would let you come back and pay it later. Just real stalwarts. They were really loved. A person of interest has kind of been identified, but no arrests have been made. They have no DNA evidence, no physical evidence, and no witnesses. Apparently, the killer has told others he did it. But none of those people are willing to come forward and talk to investigators.
What?
But keep in mind, Central Florida Crime Line is offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to a conviction in the case. And if you've ever heard Detective Barb talk about Crime Line, one of the things they are very serious about is the anonymity.
Oh, yeah.
That you are provided, because they know that's the difference maker in solving these crimes, is someone from the community being willing to say, I know who did it.
Yep.
So please, if you know something, say something. In the meanwhile, you're needed to do that in Marion County, where a domestic battery suspect is on the run after cutting off his ankle monitor.
Oh, man.
26-year-old Kevin Bolin is accused of repeatedly punching a victim inside a car earlier this month. He pleaded not guilty to the incident and posted bail earlier this week, but police say he managed to break loose from his ankle monitor yesterday morning. So the sheriff's office is asking for the community's help to get Bolin off the streets. Anyone with information can contact Crime Stoppers of Marion County.
What's his name?
Kevin Bolin.
Kevin Bolin. So I thought that was like, I know a Bolin. I mean, he was
Yeah.
a Tasmanian devil 5 years ago.
Oh, was he?
I was like, is this the guy who I'm thinking about?
I hope not.
I was about to be like, actually, I have information. I was about to step up and walk the talk of Crime Line right there.
There you go, Marion County Crime Line. Just make it happen. Speaking of domestic violence, Gabby Petito's legacy could live on in a new piece of legislation. Senate Democratic leader Lauren Book filed the Gabby Petito Act yesterday. Senate Bill 610 is named after the 22-year-old Sarasota resident who died of domestic violence while on a cross-country van trip with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, 2 years ago. Book says the bill mandates law enforcement complete a lethality assessment from a form during domestic violence investigations. The form is designed to evaluate the potential for serious injury or death. And Book says early intervention creates a proactive approach to domestic violence cases, something people said that the Ogden, Utah police failed to do when they interviewed Gabby Petito. Weston Democratic State Representative Robin Bartleman is the House sponsor of the bill, and she says it's a lifeline for those in peril. Petito's father says the family is united in support of this bill to ensure justice and a brighter future for all.
So it sounds like the how bad you got your ass whooped report. Like
I guess.
Because it doesn't make any sense at all. That doesn't make any sense. Like you have to assess the level of violence that has happened to determine whether or not the person should be detained. Because that's what happened. I mean, they knew that this dude was whipping her ass. I mean,
She had marks on her face.
She had marks on her face.
I guess
She was bawling the entire time.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's crazy.
Beyond what they're already required to do, but I don't get it. All right, this is pretty cool though. Volusia County has a new emergency technology system, and it's designed to improve response times.
All right.
Live 911 will allow deputies to hear calls coming into the dispatch center in real time.
Damn.
Sheriff Mike Chitwood says that will make it possible for law enforcement or medical personnel to be at a scene within seconds.
So there's no dispatching anymore. There's the dispatcher finds out whether or not it's going on, then they make the call to the cop. They're going to hear it right off the bat.
They're going to hear it right off the bat. They can be en route to a call before dispatch gets more information.
Yeah, because that way, that's kind of interesting actually, because then the cops are able to assess of whether or not, just based on them hearing this, whatever's happening in the phone set.
Right.
They've heard this so much, they can kind of assess which ones probably are serious or not. Or, maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's just a great, more information never hurt.
Right, I can't imagine it does. Not in a situation like this, right?
Yeah, you're hearing the phone call. You're hearing how they're acting, how frantic or manic they are. Yeah, I'm honestly, when you said that, I was like, we should have done that a long time ago.
I know, it makes so much sense because you end up taking away that chain of communication they have to go through in order for the call to be answered. You cut some of that time off. They can be at the scene that much quicker. Those extra seconds or minutes can mean the difference between life and death, I would imagine. The goal, according to the county, is to install the equipment for all patrol, canine, and crime prevention units by next week.
Wow.
So enjoy that, Volusia County. Who wants to go play in the snow?
No, have no interest whatsoever.
All right, shut up.
That checks out.
No
Sheet miser.
I mean, I'll go skiing for a little bit, but I'm not playing in the snow.
Well,
what do you think skiing is?
It's not. It's different.
It is not.
It is. You have gear on.
All right, whatever. So not only can
I don't think she asked naked, Jim.
Okay. You don't need to chime in.
Yes,
he doesn't.
Jack does.
He doesn't.
Yeah, Deborah likes when Jack does.
Jack likes it too.
Cool. Well, outside of Gaylord Palms and their ice display going on, Florida's only snow park is getting ready to open for its fourth season. Snowcat Ridge is planning to reopen in Dade City this weekend with new attractions. It's great, isn't it? Because Saturday, the high is going to be 85.
84 degrees. I just saw that.
The park will include a 60-foot slide, a tubing hill, and an ice skating rink, as well as new holiday-themed play areas. Tickets are on sale starting at about $20. The gates will open to guests on this Sunday, December 3rd. And finally, speaking of the holidays, said it earlier, looks like a nutcracker, but this one opens your beer, gentlemen.
I love it already.
That's the best way to describe Miller Lite's new beer cracker. The company is offering the limited time bottle opener / decoration for the holiday season because What woman doesn't want
Right,
the
right.
beer cracker right next to the elf on the shelf?
In my hometown, beer cracker is any white guy that likes beer.
Yeah. I'll say we got plenty of those here.
Right, exactly. This room is 3/4 beer crackers.
Well, and the other half is just crackers.
Right, exactly.
The traditional nutcracker has been replaced with a mouth that opens beer bottles and a removable hat that opens beer cans.
I like that.
Got to have a multi-use
Sure
beer
thing.
cracker.
Yeah.
There's even a small gift wrap box of Miller Lite at the beer crackers feeds.
I'll be damn.
You can get them at Miller Lite's online store today and tomorrow only.
Never used the bottle opener for a can, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
I don't think you need that. I don't think you need,
But if you have a wife that spends a lot of money on her nails and she's drinking, she's crushing them claws one night,
Yeah.
you got to step in there.
That's true.
You got to be a good man there.
There you go. And offer her your beer cracker.
That's right. Got to get them claws open for her.
The beer cracker hat.
She can't break no laws on them claws if you don't get them open.
Oh,
Can't do that.
there we go. And now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Fraggers football forecast up next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Fellas, texters are blowing us up right now. We're getting more texts than we ever have. They're affirming Russ's statement that fried bologna absolutely looks like boobs. Yes.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid-70s with passing clouds today. It's going to be feeling nice out there. Wake up temperatures overnight in the 50s and 60s, and then we're warming to the 80s starting on Friday and continuing into the weekend ahead. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. Have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on hand and power tools, heaters, and pressure washers this holiday season. Save in store or at northerntool.com.
Hey Orlando, want to be a part of the city's iconic nightlife scene? The Block is hiring. It's home to all your favorite spots. The Beecham, The Social, 64 North, Arrow, The Patio, Inside the Patio, The Corner, and Planet Pizza. We're hosting a job fair this Saturday, December 2nd from 2 to 8 p.m. No appointment necessary. Just show up with your photo ID and social security card. Bartenders, pizza makers, security, cleaners, all positions. This Saturday, December 2nd from 2 to 8 p.m. at 64 North Orange Avenue, downtown Orlando.
Having your home damaged in a storm can leave you and your family feeling like you've lost control. I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding your rights and what your homeowner's policy covers is important. Our team of storm loss attorneys are ready to help you pick up the pieces. If your property has been damaged in a storm, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
Make your money go farther this holiday at International Diamond Center. We've got the price relief you deserve and 0% interest financing for 48 months, 4 whole years. That's right. Now through December 12th, you can spread your payments over 4 years with 0 finance charges so you can make the most of this special time of year. How about a $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings for just $84 a month? You can even finance the sales tax. Where else in America can you get a finance rate of 0.0%? IDC makes it happen. Also, take advantage of lower prices on thousands of exquisite pieces of jewelry. Rings, earrings, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. How about a $6,000 diamond eternity band or pendant and pay just $125 a month? 0 interest. Ask about special offers on luxury pre-owned Rolex watches, too. Make it a Christmas to remember with something special, something timeless, and something meaningful. From International Diamond Center. Get fantastic savings and 4 years 0 interest financing now through December 12th. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get up to 40% off vanities. And there's more. Get up to 50% off select tools and accessories from trusted top brands like DeWalt and Craftsman. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. About 11/30 through 12/6. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
Listen to what Dave Ryan says about Andro 400.
Andro 400, I really love it. It's amazing to me that I feel so good. I've lost 50 pounds. I was a size 38 waist. I've gone down to a 32 waist. My mood has changed. I don't get stressed out. It gave me so much more energy. Energy to walk, energy to play sports. Everything is starting to work again. And feels like I'm 25. My wife is happy. I'm so happy. I'm just a completely different man. I'm taking this stuff to the grave with me.
Men, have you lost energy and gained belly fat? Are you feeling stressed out? Fight back with Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to increase your testosterone. For over a decade, Andro 400 has helped men lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel 20 years younger. Go to andro400.com. andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Radio 104.1.
At work? Just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Then we'll come back next Tuesday, find out who won, and then award someone on the phone a $25 gift card courtesy of our friends over at Frogger's Grill and Bar.
Outstanding.
I'm on a run, right? Have I won the last 2 in a row?
No. Slow down.
Feels like I won 2 in a row.
Slow down, because you went for the longest time without any wins.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
And Ross was a winner just a week ago and has 3 total for the year.
All right, very good.
You don't come close to having 3 total wins.
I have 2, so that's pretty darn close.
That's not close.
All right, let's get to it. We're going to make these picks. Let's. I tell you what. Let's do the Florida teams first, because they're pretty. I think the Florida games are pretty easy to pick this week.
Yeah.
Let's go to. Let's start with
Dolphins and the Commanders.
That's right, Dolphins, Commanders.
Still sounds weird.
In Washington, I mean, I don't know that anybody. 98% of the people in our pool are taking the Dolphins, and so am I.
Commanders all day.
Are you really?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Except that I think they're getting a boatload of points, so I think I might think about that. However, Dolphins straight up, I think Dolphins will win.
For sure. But I got that one?
Well, they should. If they don't, then stop talking about them being a playoff team.
You know what?
Or at least a Super Bowl.
I have a Dolphin fan, and they call themselves the Dolphins.
Yes.
Which kills me a little on the inside.
Pretty clever.
But you have to go with Miami, man. They're so much fun.
there's two.
Also, Hard Knocks always making me biased.
Oh, Hard Knocks does that to me. I have not
Every year.
watched. I have not watched the in-season one with the Dolphins.
I got
yet.
Hard Knock syndrome.
All right, very good.
Yeah, that's why I was all about the Jets until play 4 of the season.
All about getting your Hard Knocks on?
Oh, when the Hard Knocks covered the Browns, I was like, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's so true.
Every time.
It makes you care about them.
All right.
They're real people.
The Bucks versus the Carolina Panthers, arguably the worst team in the NFL in
Don't
Tampa.
say that about your Bucks.
In Tampa.
They might win this one.
I think Tampa's pretty much should be the shoe in here. If Tampa loses this, they should just pack it up. I get the Bucks overwhelmingly,
Yeah,
and
but the
so
thing-
does most of the people, though.
Yeah, but what do the Panthers have in their favor?
They don't.
That new coach energy.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
No, yeah, they do.
They do not.
That new coach smell.
Yeah.
They got a up-and-coming future star
Yeah.
quarterback.
Gotta have players, buddy. Gotta have players.
They got one.
All right, let's move on to the
Yeah, I got Bucks.
The Bengals and everybody get the Bucks, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The Bengals and the Jags. I think a Burrowless Bengals isn't really going to scare anybody. It's like the Bumble without his teeth and the Rudolph show.
Oh, what a great analogy.
I watched it last night.
When you said Bumble, I thought app.
But yeah, by myself, by the way. I watched it on my couch by myself last night. It was sad.
Where'd you find it?
It was just, on YouTube.
Do you need like a bat signal?
I'm fine.
Like when you like someone to come over and
I'm
sit
fine.
with you?
I'm fine.
You need a blankie?
In Jacksonville, I think everybody has the Jags here.
I have the Jags.
Okay, good. All right, let's move on to some hard team. This hard game. I mean, the game of the week, obviously,
The Raiders.
is not the Raiders.
I think they're on a bye.
The Niners going into Philadelphia.
Oh,
Yeah.
And this is basically a coin flip within the people that are in our pool here. I will tell you, Philly at home.
That's a tough one to beat.
Playing the way they're playing right now with
I'm going Eagles.
even with Brock Purdy, playing pretty well. I think Hurts is. I just think this football team's too good.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Eagles.
I want to take the Niners, but I keep getting burned by not taking the Eagles.
Right.
Especially at home.
At home, that's right.
I hate Philly, the people there, and everything it stands for. But I think they're going to win this game.
Yeah. Well, who do you have, buddy?
I'm going with the Niners.
Are you really?
Yeah, just
Look, it's not a bad pick. I mean, here's the thing: there's really not a bad pick in this game.
I think the Eagles are 10-1.
Yeah.
I think they got to lose. I feel like they're due. That's the only reason why I'm going with the
All right.
Niners. Outside of the Niners being a raw team themselves, I just think you're gonna lose more than one game this season, right?
And let me amend that. I like the Philly cheesesteak, and there's some nice people in
Yeah,
Philly.
you clearly said the people. That's
but
fine.
most of them are
All right.
garbage.
What do you
don't,
think, Deb?
Don't forget, you love their hate.
Oh, yeah.
No, I
love the
took
way you
Philly.
hate me.
The one I'm wondering about, I know most of the people in our pool are going with the Falcons, but I'm wondering if the news of Aaron Rodgers trying to be back for that late December game might give a little bit of extra juice to the Jets. I mean, these are must-win games for them. They have less than a 1% chance of making it to the playoffs, but I don't know if that Aaron Rodgers news is enough to, because it's at home.
I never win money betting on the Falcons, but the Jets are so bad. Haven't they already announced that that somebody else is starting?
Yeah, it's not Zach.
It's so unlikely they'll make the playoffs. I don't see a need to rush back Aaron Rodgers, and
I don't either.
I'm going Falcons.
Yeah, I like the Falcons there as
Falcons?
I am going Jets.
Are
I
you
have
really?
a feeling too.
At
I
home?
just have a feeling.
I'm going Jets,
Deb, are you
man.
Jets too?
I am.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure, their offense is atrocious, but I will still stand by that defense. It makes me uncomfortable when I watch them play because they look so scary.
Yeah. Here's the game I'm the most interested in, and I think is going to be the most difficult to pick. And I think it's the Broncos and the Texans. In Texas, in Houston, Broncos on a 5-game win streak. It looks like Sean Payton finally has that team on track. Looks like they've developed an offense that Russell Wilson feels very confident in. It looks just like Seattle's old offense. Texans are good. C.J. Stroud is good. There's no question. But man, I just think the Broncos are playing too well. You got a quarterback that's won a Super Bowl. You got a coach that's won a Super Bowl. You got a great defense. I got the Broncos in that game.
I can't get over the Broncos this season. I've never seen anything like this.
It's crazy, right?
I went from Sean Payton was a good coach to like, oh my God, why would you hire this guy to he's
Possible
amazing.
coach of the year.
1,000% coach of the year. They get blown. They let 70 in against the Dolphins. Then they're on a 5-game win streak.
They start 1-5, right?
Unreal. I'm starting to be a little bit of a bandwagon Broncos fan because I'm here for the story of seasons, and that's one hell of a story. I'm going Broncos.
What do you think, Jack?
It's tough to pick against the Broncos now, and this is one of those teams where you can't judge them by that first month of the season. You got to look at what their resume says right now. And right now, they should be winning that game.
Super Bowl winning coach, Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Texans have a lot of talent still.
Well, too early,
They're
though.
kind of fun to watch, but I think Broncos get the edge in this.
All right, I just switched it back. I switched it to Broncos.
You don't have to do that, Deb.
Well, I mean,
I look at Thanksgiving. Let that be the lesson. You were the only one to get Green Bay right.
And I'm actually thinking about going with the Chiefs.
Well, now we can see why you picked up cigarettes.
It's tough.
Throwing this out here, Vegas has the Texans.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah. They predict Texans win.
Yeah, I don't like that prediction. I think Broncos can go in there, and I think they can win. I think they're playing great. A lot of confidence in that football team right now, and I think they have the better defense.
Current odds on the Broncos, this is a bet that I might be a little tasty. I have a little appetite for come Sunday.
3.5?
Plus 150.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to do. All right, let's do one more game, and we'll get out of here. Tonight's game, Dallas versus Seattle.
Dallas all day.
Yeah, I mean, I got Dallas
Straight
as well.
up Dallas.
Yeah, because, I mean, Geno's really not playing all that well. And to be honest with you, I don't think they have a lot of weapons, and Dallas is pretty tough. At home, I got to think Dallas is going to win. I think they'll win easily. By 6 or more.
The points on that is over 10.
Yeah.
Going Dallas's direction.
What do you think, Deb?
I'm going Dallas.
All right, very good.
And I just decided I still can't vote against my Packers.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah.
Correction, it's minus 9.5. I don't want to lie.
Deb, I was the only one to take the Raiders against the Chiefs. So, it's kind of fun when you're hopeful that they have a chance, but then.
But you savants, you guys are savants. You guys pick at a different level than Ross and I do.
We do, yeah.
You
We
guys
swing
speak a
for the
different
fences.
language.
Yeah, we have bigger balls.
All right, so all right, so we made our picks, and of course we'll figure out who the winner was next Tuesday when we give away a $25 gift card to Froggers for the Froggers football forecast.
I got big balls.
Thanks to Froggers Grill and Bar, provided lunch. Mike brought lunch from the Altamont Springs location. Shout out,
Ribbit.
Altamont Springs Froggers.
Ribbit.
We want to thank you for the food today. It was absolutely delicious. I had wings and part of a quesadilla.
Oh, those quesadillas were.
Did you get the Bang Bang shrimp? By
Yes,
any
I
chance?
did.
Some of the Bang Bang
Holy
shrimp.
balls!
It made me Google what exactly is Bang Bang because I want more Bang Bang.
We all want more Bang Bang.
Yeah.
He's like, so is it the sauce?
You can't do that on the company server, buddy.
Yeah, Frogger's amazing menu where everything is fresh, never frozen. Great food, but also you got football, whether it's tonight, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. Whenever the games are on, you can watch them at Frogger's. 4 area locations, Mount Dora, Apopka, Oviedo, and the one near us, Altamont Springs. You find them online at froggers.com.
Ribbit.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Ribbit.
Thanks, buddy. 407-916-1041.
Where's your ribbit, man?
Text says, Ribbit. God, don't let me do it. Ribbit. Is everybody happy? Ribbit.
Where's the Enya?
All right, back in a second with our friend Danny Myrie with Date Night Done Right. We'll do that right after this. Ribbit.
Real radio. 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Looking at heavy traffic this afternoon on I-4 due to a crash that was reported westbound on the interstate between the 429 exit and US 27. Looking at some eastbound delays as well for those traveling between 536 and Central Florida Parkway. Looking at a crash causing minor delays on Colonial Drive at John Young Parkway. Another crash reported on Tradeport Drive at McCoy Road. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mount Dora Christmas Walk.
Join us at the Christmas Walk in downtown Mount Dora Friday, December 1st from 6 to 9 p.m., sponsored by Advent Health and Discover Lake. A celebration of lights, shopping, and holiday fun. For details and activities, visit MountDora.com. See you December 1st at the Mount Dora Christmas Walk.
Man, let's get you a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath of Mid-Florida. These guys are all about one thing and one thing only, and that is getting you a beautiful brand new bathroom that you're going to love in your home for many, many years and doing it pretty darn quick, and then giving you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Here's the great thing about these guys. You can actually get an idea of what your bathroom can look like before you even make a move. Just visit the showroom. It's easy to find, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. When you walk in, you are going to see about 10 models set up, and Just so you know, those aren't the bathrooms you're buying. The models are there just to show you what the products they have look like, whether it be the tile, the toilet style, the sink style, maybe the cabinetry they're using. They have a bunch of different configurations to show you what they can do. And that's just a sample, by the way. The cool thing is they have a design team that will work with their products and your ideas to come up with the bathroom of your dreams. Good thing they install this in just 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, which means you'll see the same team of workers every day until your job is done. Then they hand you that lifetime guarantee. You can't beat these guys. Hop on board. Look at their before and afters online. That will seal it for you. Then book your appointment. Your new bathroom's right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Unleash your creativity with the brand new Hype app. That's HYPH. Hype empowers you to create music effortlessly. Sharing your songs with friends on social media. Create your song with a few swipes. You'll never believe how easy and fun it is to make music. Listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com or go to Instagram at XL1067.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Sharing is caring, right? Well, yeah, that's what they say. But at McDonald's, they mean it. That's the only place where when I roll through with my fam, I leave happy and full. Because for real, I get everything I want. No. Scratch that. We all get everything we want. Especially right now, when we can bundle our faves for breakfast. How about a savory sausage McMuffin with melty cheese or the most delicious, warm, flaky sausage biscuit with those delicious classic hash browns for just $2.79? Or later in the day, get the fam together and go all out. Bundle the hits like a crispy McChicken topped with mayo and lettuce, or a juicy McDouble with not one, but 2 100% pure beef patties and tasty, small, world-famous fries for only $3.69. McDonald's eats, and so do we all, because there's always something for everyone. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
To everyone who wants to treat the family to a meal made just for you, let our team member Arish share what makes Culver's special.
We know the best meals are the ones shared with the people you love. It's why we handcraft our Wisconsin classics, so there's a favorite for everyone. Like our cook-to-order butter burgers and our real Wisconsin cheese curds. And there's no better way to treat yourself than our creamy, fresh, frozen custard. I put the same care into your meal that I would for my own family.
Come to Culver's for a meal made the Wisconsin way. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
This earful of real radio is sponsored by Frogger's Grill and Bar.
We've got your sport fix covered.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Proof that we have a face for radio. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Eight o'clock Sunday mornings, right before Sunday morning coming down with Joseph Martins, piloted, captained by our very own Captain Jack Bradshaw. Ahoy. This is borderline yacht rock.
This is closer to disco.
Yeah, you're right.
1973.
I don't even know what this is yet.
Love Unlimited Orchestra. It's called Love's Theme, but it's produced by Barry White.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, I want to watch a soap opera to this.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. This is what you would listen to when you were looking at nudes of Betty White.
In 74.
Yeah, 74.
Interesting take, Jimmy.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Yep.
Jack is. And so is Ross.
Or 2000 and...
Let's do date night done right. Let that joke die. How about that?
I see where you did that.
You guys give it up good and loud for Danny Myring.
Right after the Betty White news.
Right.
Congratulations.
You're on.
Let me dial up my therapist real quick.
What's going on, man?
Trying to get that image out of my head.
That's all right.
now.
It's fine. I've got a bunch of them in there you don't want to be part of. That's just one of them. How was your holidays? Everything good?
Everything's good.
Very nice.
Got to go to small town Cedar Key where the parents are. So that was nice.
Yeah. It's beautiful up there, right?
It is. It's very charming.
And actually, that was near where Hurricane Idalia had made landfall. Thankfully, that comes to an end today, back on August 30th.
Yeah.
How has the area kind of recovered?
Area's pretty good. There's a couple of businesses that haven't reopened, but for the most part, the island's doing great.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
You know,
Very
unfortunately,
much so.
they're kind of used to
exactly getting blown
Let me
over
pull
every
out
two.
that playbook.
Right, yeah.
But it is a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'd never seen pictures of it until Idalia, and it is the quaintest looking beach town.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so pretty up there.
Chill.
I'm sure they want no one to know about it.
Yeah.
Like all these other places, right? All right. Well, Danny Myring obviously comes to us via Orlando Date Night Guide. Been in Orlando for a while, like sharing ideas of things you can do out on the weekends. We decided to have her in and share some of those things that she custom picks out that she thinks you guys will enjoy. What do you have for us this week?
It is one of the biggest weekends of the year
I was just thinking, we were talking a little bit beforehand. I think, isn't this like the last weekend before like the Christmas party thing starts kicking in, like that second and third week of December where all those parties start hitting?
Now's when I wish I could like clone myself.
Right.
Oh.
That would be so cool.
Someday. So yeah, a lot of places are doing their tree lighting and their parades and so forth. In fact, most events are free, and we sent out our guide to free holiday events at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. We sent that out to our newsletter subscribers, as well as Orlando-parenting.com. We have a newsletter over there too. So please subscribe to that. We put it out every Thursday. But tonight is one of my favorite traditions. It's been happening nearly for 50 years. It's Christmas in the Park at Central Park on Park Avenue. It is put together by the Morse Museum. And so they take out those gorgeous Tiffany windows and put them out in the park. There's a couple ones that are like mobile. And then the Bach Festival Choir and Brass Ensemble performs.
Damn.
I mean, it
that
is.
That sounds really nice.
It's one of the things that I used to go to with my mom, and now that my boy's a little older, I might try to wrangle him over there tonight. We'll see if I want to deal with the crowds.
And when does this start?
It starts at 6:15, and it goes until 8:30. So it's kind of a short window. About 2 hours, but
and that's tonight.
That's tonight.
Wow.
Yep, at the main park there on Park Avenue.
Yeah, one of the most magical little spots on all of Orlando is Park Ave. I know a lot of people who lived here for a while know that. For people who are just moving into the area, and of course that's tons.
Yes.
That area down there is pretty badass. I mean, for one thing, it's very safe, and then secondly, the business owners in the city do a lot to make it look very quaint and very magical, and I think they do a damn good job.
Yeah, absolutely. So highly recommend this event. Again, the Bach Festival Choir and Brass Ensembles performing, which they are world-renowned, so great chance to go see them in a beautiful setting, and the weather will be nice. Tomorrow night, the city of Orlando is doing their tree lighting celebration. It is perhaps the biggest tree lighting event of the year and in the city. So Mayor Buddy Dyer's going to be there, and they do performances at the amphitheater. There's food trucks. There's a holiday market. Santa's making the rounds. He'll be at the Eola House. So that happens from 5 to 9 p.m. Of course, that one's going to be a very busy one as well. So just, pack your patience and research parking ahead of time, or consider the Sunrail perhaps if you want to do things a little differently.
And then,
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Catch Sunrail, go down there, and just kind of slide back out. That way, you don't have to worry about parking. That's the one issue about that area. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, make it a little. It's like the Polar Express. You're taking the summer.
Sure.
You could pretend. And then on Saturday is the Avalon Aglow. So this is at the Avalon Park Town Center. They are doing a parade at 3:00. And then if you want to, I don't know, camp out all day, then they're doing fireworks at 9:00.
Nice.
Or you may need to decide which is more important to you, the parade or the fireworks.
All right.
They will have food trucks and special performances, and you can wear the kids out in the bounce park that they're going to have as well.
Nice. Fireworks an odd Christmas thing.
It is.
Yeah. Is it a new thing? Is fireworks normally a Christmas kind of celebration thing or no? Is that new?
I feel like all the municipalities and stuff are just trying to compete,
anything,
who
right?
can get more of a crowd.
Exactly. That's why at our event at Mount Dora, we had fireworks and a drone show.
There you go, right.
Indeed. Got to keep up in the ante. Starting tomorrow, the Enzian Theater does their 12 Days of Christmas movie series. So this is another fun tradition. And the Eden Bar also gets in on the action. They develop some specialty cocktails for the season. So tomorrow is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh, man, I love it.
Dig it.
I love it.
This would, again, great date idea if you want to get to know someone, see if this is their thing or not. Or if you've been together a while and you just run out of ideas and need something different.
Hey, you looking to get weird? Let's do it.
And then also tomorrow night, if you don't want to do a weird movie, although I guess depending on your take, this is the Muppet Christmas Carol is also going to be showing. That's tomorrow night back at the big Central Park on Park Avenue. I wish I could go to this. I love Muppet Christmas Carol. It is one of the best dang Christmas movies.
You are 1,000% right. It does not get the credit it does not get the credit it deserves. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's legend, man.
It's hilarious.
Michael Caine.
Yeah. Michael Caine. By the way, that Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is a 1964 movie starring Pia Zadora.
Oh, wow.
Pia, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
There we go.
That was quick.
Thanks,
Let's go.
Thank you for doing the extra research there.
Sure thing.
So besides Eden Bar doing some festive drinks, there are a lot of places in town that are trying to make that cocktail money. And so we have a full list of those festive places on OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. Of course, one of the most well-known ones is the Courtesy. This is like their 9th or 10th year doing the Miracle at the Courtesy, so the whole place is transformed.
Nice.
The Miracle is actually like a national program that different places can be a part of. So the Courtesy is the only one in Orlando that does that programming. And then there's plenty of other folks around town that are doing some fun stuff.
And Courtesy already known for high-level craft cocktails already, so you can expect it to be like stepped up.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And in that particular case, they require reservations for, I think, 4 or more. And if not, then you can try and do their walk-up.
Got it.
Heads up there. Another movie happening is Elf, and that's tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Crescent Park in Lake Nona. This is a relatively new outdoor movie series over in Lake Nona. So if you're over in that area, that's a nice free thing to do tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And then one of the other big events happening is Sunday at the Milk District, Krampus Fest.
I think I might be making an appearance there.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, when you say making an appearance, I mean, you professionally or as a character? What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm not working it.
Okay, I'm just asking.
But I'm also, I guess I'm there to celebrate Krampus.
All right, good.
I don't know. I'm gonna figure out what all the hoopla is all
Yeah,
about.
sounds fun.
I can't wait for the meet and greet.
Dress the part.
So it's definitely like the Misfits celebration of Christmas.
Right.
If you're like, a little bit more into kind of fringe, then this is definitely a fun thing to check out. It gets bigger every year. Craft beer celebrations, vendors. They're having a parade. I believe they're having a Krampus costume contest, which will absolutely get weird. And so that's Sunday from 1 to 9 p.m. So they say it's kid-friendly up until after dark. And then after dark, enter at your own risk if you're a kiddo.
Sure thing. Wow, really?
You got to have some kid-free spaces. So if you are a parent, I would recommend going before dark and then let the grown-up kids have their fun after dark. And then a concert that's happening on Sunday is the UCF Nights Season of Joy. This is at the Dr. Phillips Center. Tickets are, they start at $39, and it's the UCF Symphony Orchestra and as well as their jazz quartet that's performing, and they're doing, traditional Christmas songs and a couple of other cool interpretations. And so that's, again, a relatively affordable concert to be able to go enjoy that world-class venue of the Dr. Phillips Center. And lastly, the Citrus Tower, a really old school Florida attraction.
Yeah.
They are
That's
starting
out in Claremont, right?
Yes. Yeah. They are starting their holiday light show, and so that's from 7 to 9 p.m. It's free to see the light show, and it is literally the tall Citrus Tower decked out in lights, and then they do displays out in kind of the lobby area.
Yeah, it used to be cool when you climbed that tower and you could see citrus growing.
Right. Yes.
Back in the day.
Now you can see 2 stucco houses growing.
Exactly. Really, really close together.
Is that a Popeyes?
Yeah.
Shout out to Claremont, though, for having any bit of elevation.
Yeah.
Every time I'm out in Claremont, I'm like, I must be like 8 hours away. It feels so like foreign. I feel like like I'm more on a bigger journey.
That's right.
That's just because the air is so thin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack.
So the Citrus Tower is still associated with Lake Ridge Winery, or no? I mean,
I don't think so.
It's not, but it's in the same area, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Good.
I had to break up.
I don't know if they were together. I just know one is always associated with the other because they're near.
They were consciously uncoupled.
Yeah, were they? Oh, how gross. So any big plans for you for the holidays? Are you traveling at all?
Unfortunately, I'm going to Illinois in Christmas, so I am not prepared for the cold. I'm a Florida girl through and through. So.
Wow, man.
Where in Illinois?
Chicago suburbs, where the Hubs family is from.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Well, that's nice, though, at least. I mean, get some snow. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Well, and even like it was a little bit chilly, earlier this week. And so we went to Nautilus Coffee Company, again, out in Tavares. I know it's a trek for some people, but really, really cool themed coffee place. And so I was like, they asked hot or ice, and I'm like, bring me the hot, for goodness sakes, like huddling onto the cup. And it was like 50, which is no big deal.
Right,
but to me,
oh, man.
Oh, we're
frigid.
in Florida. Heat goes on when it drops below 60.
Yeah, we played golf in 50-degree weather, and I cried twice. I don't think I'm going to make it, guys.
My hands hurt.
Just leave me here like I'm like we're on Everest. Just have other people hike over me. Just put around me, guys.
Yeah, Sherpas are walking by.
Say a little prayer before. Well, Danny, as always, thank you very much. OrlandoDateNightGuide.com if you missed any of this or need more of this. There's plenty more. This is just a fraction of the stuff that she handpicks that's happening here this weekend. Tons of stuff going on. And if you missed this, just go to JimColbertLive.com. Jack will put it up on the goods, and you can hear everything for the entire segment. Danny, thank you again.
Yay!
All right. 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Date Night Done Right, featuring Danny Meyering of Orlando Date Night Guide, is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Buying or refinancing a home can be worrisome enough, but doing it without the best people on your team can make it feel almost impossible. But it doesn't need to feel that way. Put that mortgage guy, Don, on your team and let him show you the broker difference. Already have a quote for your loan or refinance? Go to thatmortgageguy.com, where Don will interpret it for you, tell you how much you're actually paying for your loan, and let you know if you can get a better deal. It really is peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this afternoon, westbound between the Greenway and US 27, as well as eastbound between 536 and Central Florida Parkway. Looking at a crash southbound on OBT that blocks the right lane in the Apopka area between Plymouth Sorrento Road and Bix Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Check engine light, oh so bright? Drive into any Central Florida area Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where our certified technicians are happy to help you get back on the road in no time. Stay in your car and no appointment needed. For money-saving coupons, go to VIOC.com.
Man, there's no question this time of year, it is awesome when you have great eyesight, all these beautiful lights and sights, all the colors. It's perfect this time of year. But if you wear glasses or contacts, it can be a bit of a pain, and that's where the Filatowski Eye Institute comes into play. They have Smile Laced. Guys, that's That's the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology, minimally invasive, fast recovery times. Most people back to work or play the very next day. That's exactly what my son and my father-in-law experienced. Both of them had struggled with their eyesight for many years. Both of them got the consultation. Both of them went forward with the surgery, which only lasts a few minutes. There's no pain involved. And the very next day, their lives changed overnight. My father-in-law gives this the highest endorsement you could give anything out there. It did change his life, and it can do the same for you. Text 1041 to 868686. Schedule that appointment today to find out what the Filatowski Eye Institute can do for you and save money, because they have 24-month interest-free financing available as well. Again, schedule that appointment today. Find out about your eyesight and how you can make it better and enjoy your life even more. Text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filatowski Eye Institute get you started on a path to better vision today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Make your money go farther this holiday at International Diamond Center. We've got the price relief you deserve and 0% interest financing for 48 months, 4 whole years. That's right. Now through December 12th, you can spread your payments over 4 years with 0 finance charges, so you can make the most of this special time of year. How about a $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings for just $84 a month? You can even finance the sales tax. Where else in America can you get a finance rate of 0.0%? IDC makes it happen. Also, take advantage of lower prices on thousands of exquisite pieces of jewelry. Rings, earrings, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. How about a $6,000 Diamond Eternity band or pendant and pay just $125 a month? 0 interest. Ask about special offers on luxury pre-owned Rolex watches, too. Make it a Christmas to remember with something special, something timeless, and something meaningful. From International Diamond Center. Get fantastic savings and 4 years 0 interest financing now through December 12th. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
Hey, it is Ryan Seacrest here. Eating your favorite holiday foods is not negotiable, but it's so annoying when they make you feel bloated. That's why it's also not negotiable for me to stray away from my daily Health Aid kombucha during the holidays. I love it. I truly do. Health Aid is a delicious kombucha that promotes gut health and helps me feel less bloated. It comes in a ton of flavors, including everyday favorites like ginger lemon and pink lady apple. Find it at Whole Foods, Target, Walmart, and other retailers, and at health-aid.com.
O'Reilly. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Holiday Gift Guide is here. If you're struggling with gift ideas, we have several options for gifts under $20, like a digital tire gauge, screwdriver sets, LED work lights, and more. Our professional parts people will help you pick out the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank, any member FDIC.
Are you dealing with tooth pain? Don't suffer in silence. Advanced Endodontics is here to help. Our expert team offers state-of-the-art care and is dedicated to helping you find relief. We specialize in root canals and have 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, and you don't need a referral to make an appointment. Visit IneedARootCanal.com today. Don't delay. That's IneedARootCanal.com. and take the pain away.
Hi, I'm Daniel Tosh, host of a new podcast called Tosh Show, brought to you by iHeart Podcasts. I'll be interviewing people that I find interesting, so not celebrities, and certainly not comedians. We'll be covering topics like religion, travel, sports, gambling, but mostly it will be about being a working mother. If you're looking for a podcast that will educate and inspire, or one that will really make you think, this isn't the one for you. Listen to Tosh Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say how great of an idea that it is for Titusville to finally be doing something with the Titusville Mall location. It's amazing that they're going to put more apartments up so that they can support someone else's economy rather than doing something to help build businesses in town that will keep people here. We have one great brewery and we have some good restaurants, but it's pretty much like our town wakes up at 3 in the afternoon and goes to sleep at 8.
What you got to do? Shake, 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 shake it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Colbert Court coming up in just a few minutes. Glenn Klausman here. And he's got some things he needs to get rid of.
He's cleaning house.
Yeah, I mean, it's admirable. We have to kind of find somebody who needs these things, but he's got like how many? 5?
4.
4 fully blown,
pre-lit,
fully decorated, pre-lit Christmas trees for families who cannot afford them. He's got 4 of them. I think 2 6-footers and 2 7-footers, if I remember right.
Yeah, so you've got kids, you know, you want to give them that traditional Christmas experience with the lit holiday tree. You just, with prices increasing, you can't figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah, he's got 4 of them.
Call Ross and tell him why you should be the one.
Yeah, right.
Welcome back, Ross.
Can't wait.
All right, 407.
No idea
916.
how we're going to do this.
1041. Well, he's got him at his office, so we're just going to take a bunch of names of people who want them, and he's going to come by and we'll give them the names. That's it.
And
or need them.
them.
Yeah, that's it.
If you need
well, needs
them.
all relative. I mean, you can't say that anymore. I mean, these people will come by and they're going to get it. They're going to get it.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
nothing you can do about it, you know?
That used to be my favorite thing when you do a school supply drive and you see a mom drive up in her Mercedes getting free school supplies for her college-age kid.
Oh, well, yeah.
That was always a sweet, sweet feeling.
Yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut. There we go. Hey, so interestingly, this time of year, there are always a bunch of television Christmas specials. Yeah, and not just the ones that you are used to seeing, like the Rudolph thing we were talking about yesterday, or any of the cartoons or any of the movies that we know to be Christmas movies, whether it be, you know, Elf or It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street or any of the stereotypical stuff. But there's always like a variety special of some sort, right? Whether it be based in, stage or television or whatever, right?
Yeah, my brother's got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wrote a Christmas show.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he's doing that. And let me tell you, I hear it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're practicing it?
Oh,
I was watching it last night.
Which one did you watch last night?
Well, they had the tree lighting at Rockefeller Center, and then that preceded Live from Graceland.
Okay, stop right there.
Yes.
How much of Live with Graceland from Graceland did you watch?
0.
Buddy, let me tell you, you did yourself a favor.
Wow.
That was, and I really spent a little time this morning trying to think of a television special that was worse than Live from Graceland last night, and I just couldn't come up with one. It may have been the worst television show I've ever seen put on by a major network. It was clown bad.
Okay.
It was clown bad.
You know what they did well? The crosstalk with John Legend and Kelly Clarkson in the preceding special, the tree lighting from Rockefeller Center, right?
Yeah.
They had him on. They did a quick clip, and he did it, from Graceland. And I'm like, oh, man, he's smooth. He's good, John Legend. But I can't believe that the show itself tanked.
So Kelly Clarkson, is it Clarkson?
Clarkson.
No, it's Maren Morris, and I guess Lana Del Rey. During this one segment, we're sitting in a kitchen together.
Yeah.
And this was the entire segment before she started singing, which was awful. They just go, we're really excited to be here. Don't you think, Lana? Yes, we are. It's incredible. Here we are in the Grand Ole Opry or wherever the hell it was.
Graceland.
Graceland. Here we are in Graceland. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I can't either, Lana. It's incredible. Let's give each other a hug. And they hugged. Then they sat back down and they said, "Isn't it magical?"
Oh,
it's
wow.
great. That was the segment. Like, that was a segment on the show.
Maybe they started this during the writer's strike, I guess.
Post Malone came out and he sang a song. It was, I don't know. It wasn't a stereotypical Christmas song. He had a guitar. He's skinny as hell now. Have you guys seen Post lately?
No.
He weighs 140 pounds now.
Still got all that face ink?
With his giant head, and he's wearing a skin-tight, satin cheetah cowboy suit.
Baby.
He's cursing like crazy. They actually had to dump him, say, Happy Merry Effing Christmas, and then he does a cannonball into the pool. What more Christmas is that than a fully face-tatted, but what looks to be half man, half bear, cursing in Christmas and then jumping into a pool at Graceland?
And a Graceland
there you go.
with country music cursing.
It was insane. Like, I don't even know what they were trying to achieve. Like, it was awful. It was like they had, I'll tell you exactly what it was like. Did you ever guys have a paper you had to write in school and you forgot about it? And you literally wrote it that night at midnight or that morning at breakfast? And it's just a scattering of words on paper. It means nothing. There's no conjunctions. Sentences go on for hours. That's exactly what this special was like last night. Possibly one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen from a major network, with major talent, by the way.
I haven't dove into any Christmas content yet this year, but I know last year, I think it was last year, pretty sure, the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Was it good?
I really enjoyed that.
Was it really good?
That was a fun time, man.
I've not seen it. I hear good things about that one.
And that's the thing about Christmas specials is that, it's kind of, you're right, there are so many, and we kind of always focus on the new ones. So don't forget about, the last couple of years that hopefully they're just not one and dones, because that was a really fun time.
I went back 13 years to watch one recommended by a talkback this week, or it might have been last week.
Which was?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Christmas
really?
special.
Was it good?
It was funny.
Is it really?
It is.
Do you have to know the characters?
You
to
do
get it?
not.
You don't? All right, good.
You would love that show. Maybe you wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, let me take that.
There's a particular scene where you definitely laugh out loud, and,
really?
and it was just it was fun.
And then the Hallmark Channel just announced yesterday. Did you guys hear the Hallmark Channel's big announcement?
No. What, more Christmas?
They're going to make a Christmas movie for the first time ever. It has this. First time ever. It's Hallmark.
Hanukkah?
No.
Nudity.
No.
LGBTQ plus.
Not nudity, Jack.
Sex
scene. There's going to be a sex scene in a Christmas movie from the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, man.
Apparently, they're in the kitchen and a table gets cleared.
Hell yes!
And then an ass hits it, and then another ass hits it.
Yeah.
But that's happening, and apparently the actress was applauding the Hallmark Channel for, quote, not cutting any of it out. I was like, all right, every hump made it, apparently.
My sisters love it. They have a text chain, my sisters do, about the
Hallmark movies.
channels.
Do they really?
Oh, God.
Let me tell you,
My mother-in-law loves Hallmark.
Those people made a couple actors and actresses stank rich.
Yeah, even though they still tried to get around getting their kids in college.
Right.
This is
I haven't
awesome.
seen her on the Hallmark Channel in a while.
This is great news. Hallmark having sex scenes. What a time to be alive.
Right.
You know?
And it's like a cowboy movie. It's like a country.
Okay, well, you got me there now. Yeehaw.
It's a Christmas movie, but there's some stuffing from Thanksgiving left over.
Did Jack just say this off mic? Pretty hot.
Now I said yeehaw.
Oh, I thought you said pretty hot. I'm like, okay, Jack.
Also pretty hot.
Also pretty hot.
All right, 407-916-1041.
Clearing off the Christmas table, rocking those candles over, and hell yeah.
Holy crap.
The first thing I got to do is clean off my dining room table.
Mommy, I found a buckeye under the dishwasher.
What's a mistletoe doing underneath the dining room table?
Oh.
It's getting weird.
All right, 407-916-1041. Colbert Court up next with our good friend Glenn Clausman.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid-70s with passing clouds today. It's going to be feeling nice out there. Wake up temperatures overnight in the 50s and 60s, and then we're warming to the 80s starting on Friday and continuing into the weekend ahead. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. Have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you need windows and doors in your home, you got to consider our friends FAS Windows and Doors. Been endorsing these guys for damn near 10 years now, and they're very good at what they do. Father and son, that's what FAS stands for, and that really is the core of the company. That kind of mentality goes all the way down to the installers, and all of these windows and doors are built with impact-resistant glass. That's a big deal. Security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. They also have a full section of hurricane windows and doors. All these estimates are always free, and they always give you tons of options, which is great. And even better, all of these products, every one, has a lifetime warranty. And if you act right now, even better. You can receive rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months is available as well. What you will notice for sure, because I've had 2 homes with FAS Windows and Doors, is your house will feel a lot better. No humidity for sure. Your AC will work less. It'll stay cooler, and your power bills will drop. Not to mention your house will be safer. Hop on board today. Book your appointment. It's FASWD.com.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies. And never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Listen to what Dave Ryan says about Andro 400.
Andro 400, I really love it. It's amazing to me that I feel so good. I've lost 50 pounds. I was a size 38 waist. I've gone down to a 32 waist. My mood has changed. I don't get stressed out. It gave me so much more energy. Energy to walk. Energy to play sports. Everything is starting to work again. And feels like I'm 25. My wife is happy. I'm so happy. I'm just a completely different man. I'm taking this stuff to the grave with me.
Men, have you lost energy and gained belly fat? Are you feeling stressed out? Fight back with Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to increase your testosterone. For over a decade, Andro 400 has helped men lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel 20 years younger. Go to andro400.com. andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Bottomless Boneless, every Wednesday at Winghouse Bar and Grill. Get as much as you want, tossed with any of our signature sauces and rubs for only $14.99 every Wednesday. Dine in only, no sharing. Winghouse Bar and Grill. Good food, beautifully served.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
My wife and I went to go see Hamilton on Broadway.
It Ain't Right Tour 2024.
Oh my God, it is amazing. We saw it. Oh, it changed me as a It changed me. Now, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I ain't gonna like this.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live on stage in Orlando. Amway Center, September 12th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit SebastianLive.com.
Experience the hot new restaurant, Cavas Tacos and Tequila, featuring a 3-foot taco board, fresh guacamole, and more than 150 tequilas. The perfect spot to gather with friends and family for a holiday cocktail class, Christmas Eve dinner, or a New Year's Eve party. With indoor and outdoor bars, patios, private dining, Mexican folklorico dancers, and fire shows. Cavas Tacos and Tequila on iDrive. Find Cavas Tacos on Instagram or visit cavastacos.com. That's KAVAS tacos.com.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. I wish I could do it. I gotta go.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh, I thought we weren't going to play Glenn's wedding song anymore. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is here.
Yeah.
And so is Ross.
Yeah.
Let's do Colbert Court.
What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum. The Colbert
That's
Court.
right. Colbert Court brought to you by our friend Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right here in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call Klausman. He has forgotten more about insurance law than most people will ever know. What are you going to do with all that knowledge, buddy? All that knowledge just sitting up there, just cooking?
Try to keep it straight and trying to help people with it. That's all.
How much do you have to reboot every year? Like, is there like for us,
right?
Here at the company, we take a couple training programs, whether it be for conduct,
right.
How you you just how you maintain yourself, how you take care of the business here. Which I think it's like 2 of those, Jack, a year.
Yeah. I wish.
Like little training programs or whatever. Do you have to reacclimate yourself to new laws in Florida, or does that automatically happen when they're passed for you? Or do you already know before it's even going in?
Yeah, when we know that they're going to pass, that's when you start researching them. And I've got, I'm connected with a bunch of other lawyers that are very, very smart that help with that. And, you just got to keep up on what's going on.
Yeah.
Every time a new court case comes out, a new opinion from an appeals court that affects all our cases in the trial courts, you have to be on top of it, see what it says,
right,
and go from there. Yeah.
Now, in the scientific community, one of the big advancements, of course, the internet allowed, and I think one of the reasons it was created, is not the sole reason, was to exchange information between medical facilities so that they could, the advancements weren't duplicated. If somebody had made an advancement, other scientists could build on that. Is that kind of the same thing with attorneys? Is there do you guys look at it like that? Like everybody needs the information, and it's not good for you to hoard it and get in court and use it against somebody like a weapon?
Well, no. What happens is cases come out from the appeals courts, and they're put online so that all the lawyers can see it, the lawyers that are interested in keeping up with what's going on. And trial lawyers that do personal injury work like I do, we have a computer network with each other where we can communicate with each other, help each other out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's just a pool of information and that you can dive into in case there's a question that comes up that's that hasn't ever been tried before. How often does that happen? How often do you see a question in court that you've never seen before?
The idea is that should not ever happen.
Right,
theoretically. That's the idea.
Theoretically, it shouldn't happen, but I mean, every case offers a really interesting nuance. I mean, when's the last time you saw a nuance that you weren't really familiar with or that you recognize?
Yep. Sometimes it happens, and you get right on computer, and you say, has anybody had this happen before, and what do you do about it?
Really?
Yeah. Right.
Wow, man.
That fast.
That fast.
That fast. If people are logged on to see an email they're getting where I'm saying, I need an answer to this question, I need to know something about this particular issue, I'll get a response.
Now, in the legal world, there's not like an understudy like in the world of theater. There, for every
correct.
major actor, there's another actor that can step in case something happens, get sick, car wreck, whatever the case may be. But when you hire new attorneys, what is their number one job? Is it research? For you, is it to support you while you do your job, or is it for them to learn how to do your job?
In my situation, I have them doing things that are not as important to the case that I'm doing. I'm doing the more important things, and the other attorney working with me is handling some other things that are not as important. However, I have a number of cases, and there's certain cases that the other attorney will start from the very beginning and start working on them, and I'll help with them. And if there's any issue, I'll help, of course. But, that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
It's different in different law firms.
Do you know that when you get into court and you're defending a client and the person who is handling the insurance company's side of the story, do you know immediately if you're better than them? Or if you're more able than them? Do you kind of feel that when they make their first statement or two?
Well, you know from when you start litigating with them if they appear to know what they're doing. And I don't defend my clients in court. I pursue their case.
I got you. I'm sorry.
Their cases in court.
My apologies.
But yeah, you get a feel for if the other lawyer knows what they're doing. And you can also look up online to see how long the lawyer's been practicing, what their area of expertise is. You can look at their website, things like that. I've got other lawyers who are looking at mine all the time. When I get a case and I'm on the case and they become the lawyers opposing me, I'm sure they look me up.
Have you ever felt sorry for somebody? If they're making an argument that just doesn't make any sense, or an attorney that really just seems to be over their boots? Have you ever felt sorry for somebody?
I don't think the word is felt sorry for them. I mean, I had an issue the other day where essentially the judge said to the other lawyer, why are you even arguing this?
Really?
Yeah. And the other lawyer really couldn't respond because what they were arguing wasn't making a whole lot of sense anyway. And that happens. That happens with lawyers that aren't as well prepared, or they're pushing some issue that they shouldn't be pushing because there's no basis to be pushing it.
Also happens in marriage.
Yeah, but when you you're not wrong. When you hear that, Glenn, there's something inside of you, like the Grinch's heart grows 3 times. There's something inside of you that just feels like, got it.
Part of it, Jack, is I know from the beginning that this is going to be a case where things will probably not be going smooth, because I'm going to be dealing with somebody on the other side who is not as skilled as some of the lawyers that have been practicing for a lot of time and keep up with everything that's going on.
So you would rather your opponent be a skilled attorney as opposed to novice, new, green?
I would think that because
not necessarily.
But if mistakes are made, wouldn't that cause for more of a chance of appeal as well? You wouldn't want to deal with that, would you?
No, I wouldn't want to deal with an appeal. And sometimes the folks on the other side can become very obstinate and difficult to deal with and want to fight you on about every single issue. And things go much smoother and really more beneficial for the client if we've got a lawyer on the other side that, we oppose each other, we know each other's side, and, we'll just deal with it and see how it all comes out rather than fighting about every little thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any? I'm not going to ask that. I'm not going to ask that one. We're going to move on.
All right.
I almost pulled the trigger on. Maybe that would
come off the air.
Maybe that would come out wrong. All right, but before we get to the case today, you had a little something. We actually talked a little bit about it last segment. You sent us some text last night, and in a text chain that never seemed to end. As I was trying to watch TV and watch my show.
The one that you hated, right?
Yeah.
Multitask.
I know. I'm trying to watch them light this tree at Rockefeller Center. Yeah, Glenn's trying to sell us his artificial trees.
So Glenn has 4 trees that are completely decorated and they're pre-lit. You plug them in, Christmas is there, right?
I hope the lights work.
All right,
All right, that's helping.
They're pre-lit, but I haven't plugged them in.
All right, 2 6-footers and 2 7-footers, and you have them at your office, and you just want to give them away to families who maybe can't afford a nice Christmas tree or Christmas tree at all this year. You want to make sure that they have that.
Absolutely, I'd like to give them away to somebody who's got some kids. Everybody should have a Christmas tree. I saw these, I picked them up and brought them to my office with the hope that folks that need a tree for their kids will come to the office, pick one of these up, take it home with them.
Yeah.
They come apart. You'll need to, the ornaments should come off when you move it, because otherwise, they'll all fall off anyway.
Yeah, sure. So basically what we'll do is this. If we have people who are interested in that, they can either text or call, and we'll get their name, and they can just say, hey, Ross, I'm interested in the trees. We'll take their name down. And then when they come to the office, maybe you can just cross-reference that.
Sure, or they can call me. I don't mind.
Okay, good.
Call me.
This guy's a mensch.
And,
yes.
Arrange a time to come by and pick up the tree.
Yeah. I mean, we have the office number. They could just call the office or call you, whatever. I mean,
when they call the office, the recording, if we don't answer, gives my cell phone number anyway. So,
Very good. All right, good. Well, it's very nice of you.
Happy to do it. I like playing Santa Claus this time of year.
I know you do. Now, next year, we're going to give out those gift cards. Or next week, we're giving out the gift cards, right?
Okay, yeah,
Is that
sure.
what we're doing, or the week after that?
The week after that will be his final one,
Okay.
the 14th, December 14th.
Final one for the year.
Yeah, we'll
For
do
the year.
We'll do it at so on the 14th. We'll do that. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
do that. We'll do the Publix cards giveaway on the 14th, and we'll do an extra segment or something. We'll give a whole bunch of them away. We'll give like 10 away. Can you do that?
Sure.
Come on,
Sure,
man.
sure,
20?
sure.
Can
I
we
mean,
give
you know,
20?
are we doing trivia or what are we doing?
Do I
we'll
hear
do trivia.
30?
We'll
All
do
right.
trivia. All right, I'll help you out with
I'll
it. all right?
stay. I'll stay as long as you want.
You got it,
40,
buddy. We'll do
and
that
a
for
free
you.
turkey for everyone.
All right.
I missed that. Maybe next year for Thanksgiving.
Maybe like a Groupon or something.
Maybe a presidential date just or something like that. Jack.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I said your name.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're going to do Colbert Court.
Yeah, we do have Colbert Court for sure.
He's lashing out.
Yeah. No, we have this case. I just wanted to make sure that we get it down. So we have this case.
All right.
Now, is this case you're handling?
No.
It's not. A
No.
case you handled at all?
No, it's a case that I thought would be important to talk about. I've handled cases similar to this, yeah.
Okay, but the reason why is because it's the holiday season. People are going to holiday parties.
Right.
Maybe having some cocktails while they're enjoying themselves.
Absolutely
And they
right.
would- so this is important to that.
That's right.
All right, Faticus, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. All right, you guys listen up.
Okay.
Let's try to figure this out. For the record, for people who have never heard, Colbert Court, Glenn is a personal injury attorney specializing in car accidents right there in Winter Park. He sends a case over that he's either arguing or has argued, or a case that offers an interesting situation that he thinks is valuable as you're listening. And then we go around the room and try to figure out how to do it. And then if we can't, Glenn will hop on board and give us the answer. Here we go. Buzz is 18 years old. He's at a house party at Jim's house.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Where there's a keg and open bar, baby.
Yo, lift my legs up.
This is a little true, actually. After 3 hours of partying and drinking, Buzz gets into his car and drives down the block.
I like the name Buzz.
Blowing through a stop sign and T-boning a car that had the right of way.
Oh, dude, sorry about that.
The folks in the car that Buzz hit are injured. Who are they going to sue?
That would
Buzz is 18 at a house party at Jim's house. He's at my house,
Yeah.
right? There's an open bar and a keg. After 3 hours of partying and drinking, Buzz gets into his car, drives down the road, blows through a stop sign, T-bones a car that had the right of way. The folks in the car are injured. Who are they going to sue?
I have an answer. Everyone.
Yeah, exactly. They sue Buzz, and they also sue the host of the party where Buzz was overserved and allowed to leave with his car keys in his hand.
Well, not even overserved, served at all. He's 18 years old.
Oh, good point.
Now, see, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you straight up before we get into anything else. I think the 3 hours is a play here. And here's why. Even if you're having a house party, right, and there's somebody at your house, you can tell an 18-year-old, as owner of the house, let's say I was going to have a party Saturday, right? Let's just say that was going to happen. I was going to have a big old party at my house this Saturday. And let's say there's going to be a keg and a bunch of bourbon and stuff out and around. And then Buzz is walking around. And Buzz is like the kid of one of the people at my party.
Yeah,
and
what's up?
he was invited over. And although I didn't see him drink or anything like that, I noticed that Buzz may be a little shaky or at 18 years old walking around with a solo cup I don't recognize. Isn't it? I mean, how can an 18-year-old drink at your house for 3 hours and you not know about it?
Well, I have first a question to understand exactly what's happening at this party. Specifically, what kind of bourbon do you have available?
Let's just say it's a couple bottles of Weller and some other very nice bourbons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
This is going to be a good party.
And some 18-year-old scotch or some stuff.
Now, do we know if the 18-year-old was at the home of a friend? Was that covered? Or was it?
It just says at Jim. It just says Jim. It doesn't
Okay,
say what
Jim.
relation or if there's any relation at all. It just
Okay.
said he was at a party at Jim's house party.
Why
because
is Jim hanging around with such a young man?
I
It
don't
is
know.
odd, isn't it?
But I
really?
was thinking that if he was at home with his parents and they believed he had the right to drink because he was at home under adult supervision, but because he's at Jim's house and we don't know any relation to that, I say sue Jim.
Wait,
Is it
and Buzz.
my responsibility to police my party for underage drinking? I guess it is, isn't it?
Well, a bar is held
Yeah.
responsible when they overserve a driver, like the woman who killed the bride in
Yeah.
the golf cart.
But they're a drinking establishment that's managed by the
This
state.
is still
is Buzz's parents at this party as
Does
well?
not say
Doesn't
that.
say.
Okay.
He drove his car.
Oh.
So he may be under the age, so he'll be facing, who knows, he'll be facing charges related to that. But regardless, he's still legal age to face responsibility for his actions.
I think Jim loses everything.
I think they're going to go after his homeowner's insurance as well as maybe his auto insurance. And then with Buzz, it's his auto insurance.
This guy Jim is a dummy.
And I believe that he might even be questioned further because that is an age difference. That's odd.
Yeah. What is the nature of their relationship?
Buzz is 18, is at a house party at Jim's, and Jim is weird.
Yeah, when there's smoke, it's molestation.
There's a keg and open bar. Now, just because there's a keg and open bar doesn't mean that Buzz is welcome to it. Is this all on Buzz? Buzz is the one who chose to drink underage.
And the homeowners decided to let him in and not check his age. So
yeah, but I mean, you don't card people that are coming into a house party.
If you end up finding out you're going to be liable if one of them causes an accident, you would.
You are reliable if you are the owner of said house.
Reliable. Yeah. Oh. Buzz yourself.
Oh.
After 3 hours of partying and drinking, he gets in his car and drives down the block, blows through a stop sign, T-bones a car who had the right of way. Well, there's no question he did something wrong. It doesn't say he was drunk.
3 hours of drinking, you could pretty much assume.
But I mean, you can have a beer and a half an hour.
My answer is they're going to go after Buzz as well as the homeowners for both homeowners insurance and their auto insurance.
It almost seems too easy.
I know that's what's freaking me out.
I know, right? But it seems
that's
like
what's freaking me out.
It seems like everyone is.
It's Christmas time, Jack. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Okay, throw a swerve all the time.
Yeah, it's Buzz. It's Buzz's insurance. It's Jim. It's Jim's homeowner's insurance.
Hey, real quick. Do I know that this party's going on at my house?
Oh, we're assuming you're the Jim?
Well, I mean,
interesting.
It works out perfect. Let's do that. Does Jim know this party is happening at his house? And does that matter? What if Jim has a kid and the kid threw the party and Jim has no idea? It just says at Jim's house. It doesn't say Jim was there.
Oh.
Still, you're going to sue
Glenn's
the
being awfully
homeowner.
quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. It would still be the homeowner.
It doesn't matter.
It wouldn't matter, I don't guess.
Nope. And a texter just, I think, answered, but don't.
No.
Running up against the clock.
I know. Okay, so I say I'm going to go with the obvious. I think obviously the person who owns the house, who had the keg party that allowed Buzz to come in there, has to be at least partially responsible. And I would say that Buzz is probably on the other end of that, and that's where it ends. Buzz and the homeowner, for me, is who they should sue. Deb?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing?
Yep.
Jack?
That's what I've
Any
been
alcohol is a DUI. Yes.
Yeah, what do you think? Vaticus, you there?
If I may ask the court.
Oh, good save.
Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dan Aykroyd, Christmas at the Cranks. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Made you want to drink, right?
Yes.
At a party. Thrown by the Cranks. You see where I'm getting at?
No.
Neither am I.
Okay, very good.
What I would like to do is also simply agree with the San Antonio Spurs of the court, the queen of fundamentals over there, Miss Roberts.
All right, so we all kind of agree that Jim and his house have some responsibility for this, and Buzz bears the other responsibility. Those are the people we think should be sued.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you're correct, of course. Jim is going to get sued because it's his house. When you have a party and you have a minor drinking in your house, you're on the hook if that minor is going to get intoxicated.
Even if you went out of town and your kid threw a party that you had no idea about, you're still on the hook, right?
Well, I mean, your kids shouldn't be throwing a party when you're out of town, but I mean, if they do, like Home Alone or whatever, you could be on the hook.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Home Alone?
Well, I will tell you, the reason I asked this is this. This very thing happened to me. Like, my wife and I went to New Orleans when my kids were in high school, and they threw a gigantic 60 or 70 person party. Thank God my next door neighbor called us and said, hey, look, I don't know if you know this, but you have a massive straight up high school banger happening at your house right now.
Oh, yeah.
The interesting thing, one of the reasons it was really, I was unbelievably upset, as you might imagine, and the reason our kids were on restriction for a long time is I said, the alcohol thing was a certain part, but we also had weapons in the house.
Right.
We had weapons in the house. Now, they were secured, but it doesn't matter. You never know.
Some kid goes snooping around, you can't keep your eye on 60, 70 high schoolers or getting drunk in your house.
And no telling what they're leaving with.
Yeah, and it's not just firearms over at Jim's. He's got maces, nunchucks, swords.
All kinds of stuff.
Prescription drugs.
Like a weird collection of
I mean,
weapons.
I had a case similar where it was an Airbnb, actually, that some kids had leashed out and had a big after-school party, and a bunch of people got hurt.
And you sued the Airbnb?
Yep.
Because now how is that possible?
Because they had parties there before, and neighbors had complained before.
Oh, man.
And they didn't do anything to, make sure that what they were doing was something that wasn't going to cause more problems.
And by the way, that texter at 77031 said, my wife was 18 at a house party. She and her friend left, and her friend crashed into a light pole, breaking my wife's neck and paralyzing her. She sued the driver and the homeowner.
Wow.
Sure, and she collected on both, too.
Yeah. Well, let me ask then, if you're having Christmas parties at your house, regardless of the age, 18 or 21, if Buzz would have been 21, would it have been the same thing?
21's different. 21's an adult.
Yeah.
So 21's a different situation.
So it's just all on Buzz at that point.
Yeah, there's a statute that you're on the hook if a minor is served alcohol and becomes intoxicated in your house, you're on the hook for that. It's a house party statute.
Got it.
If the person's 21, you're on the hook if you know they're habitually addicted to alcohol, that they're an alcoholic and you're serving them anyway, which is a much higher standard to try to prove.
For sure. How about a company party? I mean,
company party could be the same situation.
And people are texting in saying, hey, look, company parties are notorious for doing this.
Same situation.
And is that why companies give drink tickets?
Absolutely.
Because they can justify and say, hey, look, we only gave this person 2 drink tickets. What he did outside of that, or she, is on them.
Right. And if the company sees that the person's intoxicated, they should be making sure that the person doesn't get in the car and drive home.
Absolutely.
Call Uber, or Lyft, whatever.
Or at least make an attempt, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, and do not think that you can pull off or even, leave the party and go sleep it off in the parking lot. Just keep your keys in your purse. That is not good enough.
If you're in your car with your keys and you're intoxicated, you're going to get a DUI if you're moving or the car's running or not.
Oh, it doesn't have to be running.
No, and that was the case with old traditional keys. But now with fobs that only have to be within the atmosphere, it's even more of a reason because it could still start the car.
Yeah, I know somebody who got a DUI like that, by the way. Sitting in their car, just, quote, sobering up, but had their keys in the ignition listening to the radio. Yeah. And he could not prove to the cop that he wasn't about to crank the car and leave. And unfortunately, you don't get the benefit of the doubt in a scenario like that.
And then he probably blew 5%, which is also the same tomato score of Christmas of the Crabs.
Yeah, the DUI statute says in the operation of a motor vehicle.
Yeah.
And with the keys on and the ignition running, it's the operation of a motor vehicle.
You can't even put them in the trunk.
But what about push to start when you just have your keys in your pocket?
Doesn't matter.
Well, now there's no ignition.
That's what Jack was saying, but it doesn't matter if you're able to start the car. If you really want to do that, leave your keys in the house and go rest or something. If you can prove
if I'm at the house, why?
I mean, I get it, but you're just trying to get out there and hang out, I guess.
So then, for me to be responsible, I'm leaving my car keys outside of my car.
It doesn't make any sense, but
all right, Glenn,
everybody be careful this time of year. This time of year, this kind of stuff happens, and people get very, very seriously hurt because somebody else has just been partying too much and shouldn't be behind a wheel, and they are.
And by the way, officers are a little more alert this time of year as well because they know things like this are happening, and they're a little bit more diligent when it comes to paying attention to around you. So don't think you can sneak it either. It's just not worth it for sure. Glenn, by the way, if you want one of those Christmas trees, just call Glenn at the office.
407-917-1718. Look me up online. The last name is Klausman, Klausman. Like Santa Claus, but it's got a K instead of a C in front of it.
That's it, right. Klausman Law. He's got 4 Christmas trees, 2 6-footers, 2 7-footers. They're all pre-lit, and they have ornaments, and they want to go to a good home. Call Glenn, and then just drop by the office, centrally located right there in Winter Park.
Yeah, office in Winter Park, about a block off of 1792.
Good seeing you, buddy. He's always seen you.
Yay!
Thanks. All right. 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
The Rolling Stones are coming to Orlando in June 2024. But all this week, the Monsters in the Morning and the Jim Colbert Show will have your chance to win them before you can buy them. Tickets to the Rolling Stones all this week on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Slowdowns continue on I-4 this afternoon in the usual spots between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at a serious crash blocking at least 2 lanes westbound on the 408 at Rouse Road that has been causing delays on the toll road all afternoon. Looking at a good ride for those taking the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you see traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology switches between networks, giving you the best service at a lower price. Switch today. Call 855-55-BOOST, visit boostinfinite.com, or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15.
You know, there are 14 different fees that can show up on a loan estimate that go directly to your lender. Now, do you know how to identify them in your quote? Don't worry if you don't, because that mortgage guy Don does. And with his expertise and personalized approach, he will guide you through every step, ensuring you get the best mortgage for your needs, just like what I did. Take the fear out of home buying and trust that mortgage guy Don to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey guys, John Clay Wolf here. We don't just do cars, we do all kinds of stuff, but one thing's for certain. I do love to buy cars, so remember, givemethevin.com if you're selling yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart, it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. Now, during our Cyber Week sale, the all-new Queen Sleep Number C2 smart bed is only $880, the lowest price ever. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Sherry. My husband started taking Andro 400 a few months ago, and wow, has he ever changed. He's no longer a couch potato, and he actually likes to go out and do things again. Best of all, he lost his gut, and is he looking good? All I have to say about that is...
Andro 400, the natural way to increase your testosterone. Guys, if you'd like to lose your belly fat, gain energy and muscle, and feel like you did years ago, try Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Andro400.com.
Celebrate the season in style at Park Jewelers. Join us for a one-day jewelry event on Saturday, December 9th from noon to 7 p.m. featuring the newest designs from Roberto Coin. Shop, enjoy cocktails and hors d'oeuvres while exploring Roberto Coin's collection of fine jewelry, handcrafted in Italy. Find the perfect gift for your special someone. Don't miss the holiday magic at Park Jewelers. Visit myparkjewelers.com for details. That's myparkjewelers.com.
Looking to switch your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Now there's Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you, anywhere, anytime. And now you can get a low-priced, unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every year. Its power of new technology gives you better service at lower prices. Switch today. Boost Infinite Wireless. Call 855-55-BOOST. That's 1-855-55-BOOST. Or visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15 today. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my good time gal. Ribbit.
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 All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Right here on Real Radio, proudly, for many, 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 many years. Collectively, just the three of us have 70 years in this business?
More. I've got 32.
Okay, so me and you are
that's
62,
87,
80.
I'm 25.
All
but
right.
that's 25 just here. Then I had more
Yeah.
elsewhere.
And don't forget about good old 3-4 years.
You got
past.
5,
No,
dog.
you
You
got
got
five.
5.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
You missed it.
2018.
5 full time.
Dude, Monday was our 5-year anniversary.
Cyber Monday.
You missed the cake.
And the presents.
I know iHeart enough to know. There was no
See,
cake.
you've been here.
But you know Jim well enough to know that there's going to be no cake.
Yeah, well, you do spoil us.
Yeah, a little bit. No, I
What?
don't. I
He
do
does
not
not?
spoil you.
Spoil?
Although I did tell a story because a buddy told me when I was buying my golf gloves today, a guy was telling a story about the same 3-wood I got you. I said, that thing must be hot as hell because I got my boy one and he smokes it too.
That's why I mean spoiled.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm
That's
just saying,
true. I do
worked-
have AirPods that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean those
Yeah.
are bigger and better gifts than
Stop
anybody in. Okay, I will stop making you feel uncomfortable, or I won't. They're bigger and more expensive gifts than I usually get from my friend from 3rd grade.
No, that's fine.
It's always a
Hey,
cool thing.
nice,
5
thank
wood.
Let him do it. He can afford it.
All right, 407. You don't know that I can. I can.
Oh, yeah.
I can. Yeah, we're good.
I know where you live, dude.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text, I can barely afford that.
Yeah, right.
That's an investment. You know it.
Whatever.
All right, so I have a question, and this applies to everybody, but
All
this
right.
is closer to applying with Ross and myself
All right.
because we just traveled a little bit, right?
Oh, I thought it was about golf. I was going to start to die inwardly right about now.
No. This is Yahoo.com, their lifestyle column. And it asks a quick question. And you traveled this for Thanksgiving, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
You stayed
Day before Thanksgiving. Don't do it. 2 thumbs down, 1 star.
You stayed at your aunt's house?
I did.
I traveled. We did get a room, but when we do travel occasionally, we will stay at family's house. Is it rude to have sex in a house that you're a guest in?
No. It's almost required.
It's not. It is not required.
It is
And I have
required.
to tell you, this is not a coin flip 50-50 thing.
I mean, what?
And don't lock the door.
Jesus, Jack. Leave it open, especially if there's kids.
He's such a freak.
It's as if you're,
Let the boy watch.
You got to have that element of danger.
He's got to learn.
You need the element of danger.
Get in here, boy, and see what's in your future.
If you're sleeping over at a relative's house, staying at your significant other's childhood bedroom, or have an overnight guest in your own home, most etiquette experts agree that it is yes or no on having sex.
No, but that's because of etiquette experts.
Yeah,
what
do you think, Ross? Do you think the
Except
etiquette experts say it's okay or not okay?
I think they're going to say no, which I'm kind of with Jack. That's upsetting. Of course, they're going to say no. They're etiquette experts.
Jack, you say they're going to say no?
They're going to say no.
What do you think, Deb?
They're going to say no, but do it anyway.
They did not say no.
Yes!
They said it is perfectly cool to bang it out in a guest house or at your mom and dad's or at your brothers and sisters.
But if
and by the way, this means it's okay for people to do it at your house as well.
Of course. But it depends. So, like, if they put you in your niece's bedroom, you might want to go on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do that when Toy Story posters are around you.
Or the sheets are Toy Story.
Or when Baby Shark's playing.
Yeah, just hop in my bed car. Like that. I'm not saying.
You want to bang it out in the plastic castle?
Let's lay some rubber in this number 4 plastic bed car.
Exactly.
Wait, get your leg back in the car.
Oh, this is straight from the movie Cars. What's Owen Wilson's car?
Yeah,
you're really hitting it good.
Wow.
So nice.
It says there are a couple of caveats. What do you think the caveats are when it comes to having sex in
keeping it quiet?
Yeah, keeping it quiet is number one.
Jackie, no like.
Jackie, no like.
Cleaning up after yourself.
No, well, they say you just got to make sure you strip the sheets. And
if you strip the sheets, they're gonna know.
Yeah, but I mean, you do that anyway. If you stay at somebody's house, and you don't strip the sheets, you're an animal.
We did that.
What?
We stripped the sheets.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Correction, my wife did. And
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? She's like, this is what you always have to do.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, you strip the sheets and you offer to wash them. Most people will just have you leave them on the bed so that they can wash them. But if there's any stuff on there, I think maybe you should make an effort. Maybe you should make an effort to, do a little something before you put them in there and before your aunt grabs them and finds yourself a fun little cold prize.
Hey, anything that's better than a train spotting scene.
Oh, God, stop. It says, if you're known for vocal performances, maybe it's time to hit mute and let actions speak louder than words. Thin walls aren't just a structural issue. They're a privacy nightmare. I don't know that I've done this very often. Matter of fact, I don't think my wife will do this. I think I've tried to talk her into this before, and she said no.
You said we? Who? We are trying to talk to her into this?
What?
The throuple.
Yeah.
No. I said I think I tried to talk my wife into having sex at at either one of our relatives' houses. I can't remember where we were staying.
It's hot,
and she wouldn't have anything to do with it.
The whole
exactly because it's naughty.
Yeah. You're not supposed to do it here. It's a new surrounding. This is different.
Okay. Jack's back.
But
it doesn't make you feel weird. Like honestly,
that's what's the point. That's exactly it. That's why you're doing it.
To feel weird?
Yeah, we're not supposed to be doing this.
We're not supposed to be doing this.
The
This is
danger.
so
The
hot.
danger zone.
Yeah. And then you're like,
This is so naughty.
It's the one time you can shh during that and it not be weird.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What if somebody comes over to your house for a party and hits it in the bathroom or something?
Well, I mean, just clean up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What? Yeah, what?
Well,
yeah, what, Ross?
I've done. Yeah.
What? Yeah, what, buddy?
That's like a thing.
What's a thing?
There's a thing.
What's the thing, buddy?
Sneak off during like a Christmas party.
Yeah,
or
or a ball
something.
game.
Yeah, but if you have the only bathroom and you're in there a while, you got a whole house full of people.
Obviously,
You're
so.
gonna have an
Someone's
audience.
It's gonna be like this. They're gonna be like, "Hey, we want to have sex too."
Yeah.
Couldn't you use the laundry room, dude?
Exactly. Backyard's free.
Got a wobbly washer. You can help out.
Ooh, wobbly washer. Put in some tennis shoes.
I light a candle just to throw them off. You know, I light.
Was he
hit a
smoking
match.
weed? Starting a fire?
Yeah.
Did he fart? What happened?
Yeah, no, I'm about that life. And if I have people staying at, like a couple staying at my place and I give them a bed and a room, I hope they get it on.
Really?
Well, I just don't want to be in the way of love. You know,
Yeah, but that's not love. That's just sex.
Which is a reflection.
Is it hot for you to have somebody in another room having sex and you know they're doing it?
No.
It's not hot. Like
no.
the thought of that does not work.
The sound.
I got to know where the parameters are. I'm sorry.
The sound is rough.
But
especially when he's your brother.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not good.
Jack, do you have a recording?
Well, you know, he's the camera.
Jack's phone's ringing. Sorry.
Where a panda's giving birth.
Is somebody clubbing a rabbit?
It's just weird. Are you deflating? What is
Did somebody
that?
stab you?
Yeah, it sounds like a balloon.
I don't know. It's your brother, Ross.
All right, 407.
We've all heard our relatives.
No.
Or at least once or twice.
No, I've never heard anybody in my
Yeah.
family have sex. Thank God. I've never had that
But
ever once.
I'm a straight mime. You don't. I don't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm a whisper, and I'm out.
All right, 407.
That's a selling point.
I don't.
Ross is like a ninja. You never even know what happened.
No exclamation points, all ellipses.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Check out our new threads at Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Slowdowns continue on I-4 this afternoon in the usual spots between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at a serious crash blocking at least 2 lanes westbound on the 408 at Rouse Road that has been causing delays on the toll road all afternoon. Looking at a good ride for those taking the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you see traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
Man, when it comes to your AC, it is so important in Florida to make sure it's good for you. Of course, we know the story right now outside. It's in the, what's in the mid-low 60s, but Saturday it's going to be back up to 84. And it is the roller coaster ride that is weather here in Central Florida. Thank God there's Mills Air. These guys have been in the business for 30-plus years. You know what that means? They're going to take great care of you, and they have the experience to do just that. Not to mention, their techs are all awesome people, wonderful human beings. You don't feel creeped out. They're there just to do their job, and they know this stuff inside and out. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. They're there to fix it. But if you do happen to need a new unit, you're in great luck. These guys are Carrier Factory authorized dealers that can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. Call these guys and find out how they can help you. 407-277-1159. Find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Orlando Harley-Davidson. Visit orlandoharley.com.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want to share special thank you messages this Veterans Day. And who better to hear them from than your friends and family?
Happy Veterans Day to my husband, Timothy Golden. We are so proud of you.
I'd like to shout out Brendan Barrett, who served as an infantryman in the U.S. Army.
Sending a happy Veterans Day shout out to my amazing husband, Shane Dixon.
And from all of us here, happy Veterans Day. Use hashtag Gratitude Mission to thank a veteran and honor their service. Your service inspires ours. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Ready to unleash your music genius? Create your own songs in just a few swipes with a brand new Hype app. Whether it's hip-hop, rock, or electronic, the Hype app lets you effortlessly create and share your own music. Get creating. Then listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air. It could win you $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com. Hype. That's HYPH. Or on Instagram at XL1067. Watch out, Music World. Here you come.
Tools Ace Hardware has holiday gifts for everyone on your list. They have the perfect gifts from the best brands. Grills from Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, and Napoleon. With free assembly and delivery on purchases $3.99 and up. Plus power tools and accessories from Milwaukee and DeWalt. Outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. And even stocking stuffers from Yeti and Costa Del Mar. Visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Sherry. My husband started taking Andro 400 a few months ago, and wow, has he ever changed. He's no longer a couch potato, and he actually likes to go out and do things again. Best of all, he lost his gut, and is he looking good? All I have to say about that is...
Andro 400, the natural way to increase your testosterone. Guys, if you'd like to lose your belly fat, gain energy and muscle, and feel like you did years ago, try Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Andro400.com.
Bank of America is the proud employer of over 210,000 teammates who go above and beyond to support their clients' financial goals. Like Bruno, a Better Money Habits volunteer champion who helps debt feel less scary by giving clients tips and tools to tackle it little by little. For all your financial goals, we're here to listen and help. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/about. Bank of America NA, member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Make your money go farther this holiday at International Diamond Center. We've got the price relief you deserve and 0% interest financing for 48 months, 4 whole years. That's right. Now through December 12th, you can spread your payments over 4 years with 0 finance charges so you can make the most of this special time of year. How about a $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings for just $84 a month? You can even finance the sales tax. Where else in America can you get a finance rate of 0.0%? IDC makes it happen. Also, take advantage of lower prices on thousands of exquisite pieces of jewelry. Rings, earrings, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. How about a $6,000 diamond eternity band or pendant and pay just $125 a month? 0 interest. Ask about special offers on luxury pre-owned Rolex watches, too. Make it a Christmas to remember with something special, something timeless, and something meaningful. From International Diamond Center. Get fantastic savings and 4 years 0 interest financing now through December 12th. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. Radio.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Okay, guys, the last segment. You almost got me into a crash. I was laughing so hard, I almost ran off the road.
Don't do that, please.
Good show.
Although we got an attorney for you if you do.
He's really good, too.
He is good. He's the best. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jack.
Yo.
And Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Someone texted about the last segment, 77031. Great way to give an elf on a shelf PTSD.
Oh, yeah. Who's this?
Nickelback.
This is Nickelback?
Oh, yeah.
Is this their new one?
Wow.
No. Burned it to the ground.
I heard Creed was back together. Or possibly doing a tour thing. Did you guys,
Yeah.
you guys see that meme thing that, I don't know, the video they put out where it was Stapp was walking down a hallway or whatever, and he turns into a room, and it's like Mark Tremonti and the rest of the band, Scott Phillips, and whoever the bass player is, I don't know. And they're in the room like rehearsing, and he's just like showing up for rehearsal for a Creed tour. Oh, my God, can you imagine? By the way, if Creed does tour again and you're single, you might want to make your way to the Creed show. I'll tell you what it's going to be swimming with. Every 5th grade teacher from, let's say, Jacksonville to the Keys is going to be there in their white jeans blowing it out for that night. Looking to make some very bad decisions. You should be there and help them.
You know, there's something that Creed,
I mean, it's going to be gross.
Creed is infamous for now is that they're looked at as one of the weirdest and/or worst Super Bowl halftime shows.
Oh, really? I never even know they played the halftime show in Super Bowl.
Because I think the NFL tried to brush it underneath the rug. However, the internet stays undefeated, and that footage of their Super Bowl halftime show always just stays perpetually going viral.
I will tell you what's crazy is, like, I've never met Scott Stapp. I don't know Scott Stapp. Just the stories behind the scenes of Scott Stapp are bad enough where you would never just a stereotypical diva.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost like a deity kind of rock star thing that really poisons the rest of the band. But I have met the guitar player, Mark Tremonti, on a number of occasions. And I've actually played golf with Scott Phillips, the drummer, 2 of the sweetest dudes you could ever meet in your life. Like the nicest, most down-to-earth people ever. And what it must be like to be in a band that big that has that big of an impact on the music industry and that big of an impact on your fan base and have to deal with somebody like Stapp, like he was back in the day with that mega diva, lead man rock star thing, and you just had to sit there and take it because he was the face of your band. Even though I don't think he did much of the songwriting, I think that's mostly Tremonti, I believe, but you had to sit there and take it, almost like Motley Crue and Vince Neil. And Vince was the worst. Like I was a stagehand for Motley Crue for like a bit one time, and that guy showed up 3 minutes before showtime. No sound check, no nothing. Gets out of his limo, walks on stage, plays his show, walks off stage into his car and leaves. No interaction with the fans, no interaction with anything. And the band members just have to take it. And it wasn't even his band. It's Nicky's band.
I mean,
that would suck, man. I couldn't imagine doing that.
I don't just blame that diva. Like, it's not like they're acting. I know this is going to sound crazy, and I'm not trying to defend them, but maybe just for the sake of conversation. Like, I look at all their surroundings, and I'm like, all right, well, that's probably the main reason at fault. I think if you put a lot of, humans in that scenario where everyone is goo goo gaga over you, you're a deity, you're a god, how do you not slip into that?
I mean, there are people who don't. I guess that's why I would say that. A lot of people don't. I mean, and you hear about the ones that do, and there really aren't many that do. The ones that I know of are the guy from Third Eye Blind, Steven, whatever his name is there.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be one of the worst people you could ever meet in your life. And they kind of make a reputation for themselves. I was just thinking of the other band members having to sit back there, and kind of just deal with this guy being the face of your band. I'm guessing Stone Temple Pilots would do the same thing.
Well, not only that, think about I'm thinking of like Blondie, who was dating the guitarist.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
guitar player, Chris. I can't remember his last name.
And they were, a band. And didn't he at one point have to wear a T-shirt that said Blondie is a band?
Yeah, because it was all her, right?
Same thing with the Police.
Yeah,
You've got Stuart Copeland and Andy Stewart.
Unbelievable musicians.
On their own. And yet people would say Sting and the Police.
And Sting is a diva.
Sting is a diva.
Sting is a diva. I mean, it's, and again, Stuart Copeland, part of that, but part of that problem was Copeland wasn't that guy, but he was the music guy, and he hated the fact that Sting had that much power over him.
Gwen
and over the band.
Stefani, and No Doubt, the same thing.
Yeah, I don't even know if diva is necessarily like a 100% bad thing. I'm sure it comes with some negativity, but like, you look at some of our biggest divas, and they are some of the biggest acts to ever live.
Oh, yeah. No question.
It's one of the side effects of that, like Mariah Carey.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, being in that band must be just...
that would suck.
I mean, just the drama you have to deal with every day you wake up, and there's some other drama, and yet you're just trying to write good guitar licks and have a good touring band and make a good living, and this guy's out there godding it up on your time.
I had to put it into a weird sports analogy. Wide receivers are known to be, the most egomaniac, egotistical, give me the ball. Well, at some point, you kind of want that from your wide receiver because you do want them to get the ball. So it's... You almost you want them to be a little selfish, but always in pursuit of that perfect balance for everyone around you.
For the show, I can understand being that, having that perception on stage, but when you get off stage, I think you got to kind of try to tune it back to maintain the dignity of the band, but that doesn't happen all the time.
Especially in the world of entertainment.
Sure, yeah. All right. 407-916-1041. So Elon Musk, did you guys see the the video or hear the audio of Elon Musk at this thing called, what was it called, guys? Not a book, something book.
Was it the book summit or something? Let me find it.
There
real
was some
quick.
kind of
Here we go.
Dream book or something like that. And he had a one-on-one, and while on stage, they asked him about the advertisers, leaving based on his I guess liking or tweeting of some anti-Semitic. Sent out a tweet that was considered anti-Semitic. He did not.
He commented on it. He agreed with the tweet.
Right. Did not apologize for it. And then people started bailing. Then he gets on stage and says all the advertisers that are leaving because of that can
go F themselves.
Go F themselves. Right. Then he redowned on it. Did you hear it, Ross?
Yeah.
Then he
saw the
down
clip
on
of the interview of him basically saying if
they were trying to blackmail him,
if me speaking makes me lose money, so be it.
Yeah. And then he said and of course is it a publicly held company? Twitter, or does he just own it outright? I don't think he owns it outright. He just owns it outright, right?
He does.
That was part of the thing. It's not publicly held.
Correct.
And by the way, it was the Deal Book Summit.
That's it, Deal
by the
Book.
the New York Times Deal Book Summit.
Right. So a big deal. He goes out there. So here's my thing with this. And I believe if you read on some of the comments he made after that, because that's what made news. He dropped the F-bomb and said this. And, everybody knows how I feel about Elon. He should shut up and keep his mouth shut when it comes to, geopolitical stuff. He has no idea what he's talking about or doing. He should just stick to making the stuff the way that Steve Jobs did, because they're similar, right? Would you agree? In the world of business, that Steve Jobs and Elon are kind of similar a little bit?
It's similar, but I'll still go Steve Jobs all day, every day
But I'm
out
just
of
talking about
impact. But yes, similar.
Next level visionary is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right.
Arguably the most important CEO entrepreneur of our generation.
$225 billion fortune. He's obviously very wealthy. Even if Twitter were to eat it tomorrow and he had to eat that $44 billion, he's going to move on just fine. That's how rich he is. He can take a $44 billion hit. By the way, I think $44 billion would put you in the top 20 list of the richest people on earth, and he can lose that. That's how wealthy he is. But my thing is this. I think if you read on in the comments of that interview or that statement, he goes on to say something that we've been asking each other for a while. He goes, hey, don't I make the best cars? I make the best cars, don't I? Mm-hmm. And when I make the coolest cars and I make the coolest rockets or the best rockets and I do all this stuff, what does it matter what I say? Don't you want the best stuff at the best price? Don't you want the best quality stuff? Don't you want the best internet? Don't you want the best systems? Why does it matter what I say? And that's an argument we've heard about, for many times, right? I mean, you could possibly apply that to President Trump, could you not? Former President Trump? You could say, well, if this guy was an effective politician, why would it matter what he did or what he said? We hired him to run the country, not to come to our Thanksgiving dinner and be affable. And Elon Musk, I think, would be looking at it the same way. How important is that to you guys? You guys know how I feel about it. I think it's paramount that you be a good person if you're going to run a company like that and be a global citizen, which he is. He lives in the U.S. He is a global citizen. And there are a few of those out there. Mm-hmm. Right. And there are global citizens that live in other countries that we have to pay attention to as well, just because of the nature of the business.
When you're making a decision to use a product, make a service, and especially when it comes to significant money, a lot of people do a pros and cons list, right? This is the reasons I want to do it, and these are the reasons I don't. His attitude, his behavior is a big check mark for many in the cons. So all things being equal, that would, I think, be a detriment to your business. It's not just about how good a Tesla is. There are people who won't buy a Tesla because of Elon Musk.
And what he stands for.
Yes.
Now, do you roll like that? Do you think most people roll like that? Or do most people go, look, it's the best car at the best price. I'm going to buy it anyway. I don't care if it enriches a guy that I don't care for or whose statements I do not like.
It depends on
the number?
The person. No. It depends on the person. Right now, Elon Musk, not my favorite person. Am I going to say I'll never have a Tesla? I'm not going to say that. I don't know.
Right.
But there are some people whose products that I will not use. Elon Musk hasn't risen to that level yet.
Right.
But I do think he's an asshole.
Yeah. How about you, Ross? I mean, you feel the same way? You feel? Let me go to you, Deb. Do you feel that you would or would not use a product based on the person who owns or runs the company, because of their morality? And you could use vice versa. Would you use an inferior product because you like the person who invented it or runs the particular company?
I think the bigger problem for this to me is equating what you make as usurping your responsibility to just be a decent human being.
Right.
When you
because they're not parallel. It's not.
They're not.
Yeah. They're mutually exclusive kind of scenarios.
And so, to me, it's dangerous to use this rhetoric of, advertisers think they can censor me. They think they can silence me.
You use the word blackmail, which I thought was a bit severe.
Yeah, it's not the definition of that word.
No, exactly. And so the go F themselves part to me was the least offensive because, Elon, that's just the price of doing business, my friend. You knew when you were agreeing with that tweet, and you knew when you put that people were going to notice. This isn't the first instance of anti-Semitism that Elon Musk has done in years. So really what it is the cost of doing business. And for someone who can literally afford to lose $44 billion to not recognize the cost of doing business as a dangerous mindset.
Yeah, I guess maybe he thinks he's above that mindset.
And by saying, because now it's questioning us. Like, well, aren't I just good enough at what I make that you can just let me be and do what? No, that's not how the world works.
And the manipulation of the truth there, calling that blackmail. It's not blackmail. They don't like what you said. They don't think you represent them well. They're not going to spend money on your platform. It's just business.
Yeah,
it's just business. It's no different than somebody who doesn't want to spend money in the New York Times or a particular newspaper because they don't believe they're non-biased. I mean, you had that option. It's America. You can spend your money where you like.
Exactly. It's no difference than Alex Jones spreading his lies, and then when he's found liable, all of a sudden now he's the victim.
Look, there are people who won't advertise on this show because of the way it rolls. I know that's the fact. Matter of fact, we've dealt with this plenty of times. We have dealt with this quite often. You know, people will just simply I'll give you a little inside juice. Here's a little inside action for you. Now, I'm not sure where we are now. I think we've broken this seal with these guys for many, many years. But for many years, Disney would not spend money on Real Radio 104.1 because of the nature of our advertising, our content. Because we're a little bit of an edgier station. We don't fit, quote unquote, the Disney form, but Disney loves us. We've had good relationship with Disney forever. They just won't spend money with us, or they wouldn't for years. I think they do now. They would spend it down the hallway. They would spend it across the hallway, but they wouldn't spend it with us. But I think that changed after a while, but for the longest time. And there was no animosity. No. Nobody hated Disney for it. We all kind of understood. We're like, oh, we get it. We don't fit what you do.
Right.
But Universal spent money with us with Crazy because we kind of fit Universal a little more. We were a little more mature. So we deal with this constantly with people who choose not to advertise with us simply because of the content that we broadcast. They may actually like us personally. But the fact is we talk about stuff that just won't really serve their purpose when it comes to getting the word out for their particular business.
Again, a price of doing business.
Right, exactly.
We're not going to change our format to court various advertisers.
No.
Elon can continue to bury Twitter as much as he wants. Advertisers not wanting to be associated with anti-Semitic or hateful speech have every right to pull their advertising. I don't see why he can't get that.
Especially as heated as that is right now.
It's not, it's not breaking news that when someone is really good at something or whenever they're providing something that's quite rare, that they have way more wiggle room. Another sports thing. It's littered in professional sports where this guy is an ass.
John Jones.
But triple-double.
John Jones. Best UFC fighter that ever lived, and almost every person who watches the UFC thinks is a POS. And every person who thinks that can't wait till he fights again.
Yeah. So it's not necessary. It kind of sucks. I will say this to answer your question of would you support this? If you like the person, would you not support this if you didn't like the person? Probably when I was 24. And now I feel a little bit more bitter, a little bit more jaded. And now I look at everything, I'm like, this is a dog-eat-dog world. I need to protect a little bit.
Right.
I've spent all of my 20s looking out for, I would say, not just myself. So I feel like I got to catch up to look out after myself.
Sure thing.
So now at some point I'm like, Elon is rigid, but is that a deal on a Tesla? I see that I might be able to get, and that would it benefit me? Is that juice worth the squeeze? I'm not gonna. I wish I could say I'm above that, but I also know my bank account. It's not in a position to be dictating all of my morals, on a higher horse than I wish it could be.
Would you open up for a person in comedy? Would you feature for a person in comedy that you did not like and you think is a bad person, but you knew that being on that bill would help your career? Russell Brand. Would you work with Russell Brand right now?
Yeah, I probably. Honestly, because my number one thing is not really who I've opened up for. Whenever, all right, humble brag, it happened here live on air. Opening up for Jim Jeffries was awesome because I saw him back in 2010, and he has no scandal or anything. But I was about 8 times more excited to be able to say, I just did Dr. Phillips. I'm more.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The venue is more important than Jim Jeffries being there.
Yeah. I'm more invested into the venue.
Got it.
To get it another room off my list.
So you just got to separate that situation and do your gig. Hopefully people will focus on what you've done and not who you're around at the time.
Yeah, and I maybe that makes me a bad person.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that how the Harvey Weinsteins of the world were able to operate for decades? Was because people recognized their power and influence, and they made the trade. We've been doing it for as long as humanity has been on the planet.
All right.
Yeah, and I've gotten bummed out about that, and then I'm like, that's getting in my way of in my personal pursuit of happiness. What do I choose? And that's tough.
Yeah.
But there's a balance to everything.
Yeah, there is. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I don't know if you heard. There's a rumor out there that we have a pair of Rolling Stones tickets to give away.
What?
And the other rumor is we're going to do it right after this.
Whoa.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
NFC playoff hopefuls are set to collide tonight. That's when the Cowboys host Seattle. Both teams are in line for wildcard bids. The Buccaneers have added wide receiver Chris Godwin to the injury report with a neck issue that limited his participation in practice today. And more than 24 Florida State football players were named to the All-ACC teams this week. That set a program record. I'm Scott Davidson.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
You know, this time of year, obviously, you want the best eyesight possible. You want to see all those beautiful lights, all those beautiful decorations. You want to look great for your family photos. But if you wear contacts or glasses, that can be a hindrance. Why not visit the Filatowski Eye Institute? Get that smile LASIK, just like my son and my father-in-law. That is the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology, minimally invasive, fast recovery times, allow most people to return to work or play the very next day. Just text 1041 to 868686. Schedule that appointment today. Enjoy your next vacation and the rest of your life to the fullest. And man, listen, do this for you. Start off 2024 with crystal clear vision. It's amazing what this will do for the remainder of your life. Plus, they have 24-month interest-free financing as well. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filatowski Eye Institute get you started on a path to better vision today.
Sharing is caring, right? Well, that's what they say. But at McDonald's, they mean it. That's the only place where when I roll through with my fam, I leave happy and full. Because for real, I get everything I want. No. Scratch that. We all get everything we want. Especially right now, when we can bundle our faves for breakfast. How about a savory sausage McMuffin with melty cheese, or the most delicious, warm, flaky sausage biscuit with those delicious classic hash browns for just $2.79? Or later in the day, get the fam together and go all out. Bundle the hits like a crispy McChicken topped with mayo and lettuce, or a juicy McDouble with not one, but two 100% pure beef patties and tasty, small, world-famous fries for only $3.69. McDonald's eats, and so do we all, because there's always something for everyone. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Have you checked in on your checking account lately? Chances are, it's not doing much for you. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we believe in checking with benefits, like no minimum balance requirement, early pay with direct deposit, and convenient access to your money at over 1,200 free ATMs in Central Florida. Whether you're looking for checking with no fees or minimums, or an account that pays interest on higher balances, you'll find it at Addition Financial. Visit AdditionFI.com to make the switch to checking with benefits today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
First, we tried a cheaper grocery store, but we still couldn't buy enough food. I keep smiling because I don't want my parents to feel bad. They work so hard, and I know how much they love me. But people like you give us hope. This holiday season, every $10 you donate to Second Harvest Food Bank helps provide 40 meals. Thanks to you, we can enjoy a big meal together as a family. Give today at feedhopenow.org.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get up to 40% off vanities. And there's more. Get up to 50% off select tools and accessories from trusted top brands like DeWalt and Craftsman. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. About 11/30 through 12/6. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
I will take stressful situations for 500. This is one of the most stressful things you do. That is selling a quality pre-owned vehicle. That is correct. Autobuy pays the max for quality pre-owned cars, trucks and SUVs, even boats and motorcycles. Go to WePayTheMax.com.
What makes football better? Wing House Bar and Grill. Our famous wings, delicious burgers, ice cold beer, and the lovely ladies who serve you. Kick back, have a cold one, and catch a game. Wing House Bar and Grill. Good food, beautifully served. Proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Go 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jack.
Yeah.
And Ross is as well, and he's got the old sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see the Rolling Frickin' Stones
Get it, dog.
on the Hackney Diamonds Tour, June 3rd at Camping World Stadium. Tickets, by the way, are on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster, or you can just call us, answer a couple of simple trivia questions, win them here, and that is your sauce jar, which, guys, breaking news, don't know if you know this, it's always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that clickety-clack is going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com.
Question for the Quizmaster. What do you think about Ross referring to this as simple trivia question?
Easy.
Your game. Easy and simple trivia.
I mean, they did win on the first call, yes.
Is that
multiple choice?
Oh, yesterday. Yeah.
It's not even a fill in the blank.
It's not a question.
It's more of a statement.
I think Monday was first player too.
I think it was. Yeah, that's 2 this week.
Who goes first today?
Let's welcome John.
John right there on line 3. John, how are you, friend?
I'm good. Ready to win.
All right. Glad to hear that. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, I would.
Let's do it, buddy, before you die.
Want to play a game?
All right, John, here we go. Obviously, you know the game. It's easy. I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. It's a lie. If you can sniff that one out, John, I will send you over to the Rolling Stones. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go, buddy. It's National Mississippi Day.
Oh.
That's right. Here are 3 fun facts about Mississippi and one old muddy lie.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention a 17-hour car ride to get there.
Here we go, guys. We're talking about Mississippi, fella. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, Coca-Cola was invented in Atlanta, Georgia in 1886, but it wasn't bottled until 1898 in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Number 2, the outboard boat engine was invented in 1906 by Gustav Johnson in Beaumont, Mississippi. Or number 3, the first lung transplant surgery in the world happened at the Mississippi Medical Center in 1964. Or lastly, the familiar household cleaner Pine Sol was invented in Jackson, Mississippi in 1929. Which of those is a lie?
Number 3.
No, dude, number 3 is absolutely true. The first lung transplant surgery in the world happened in Mississippi.
And in the 60s.
In 1964, yeah.
Damn.
Ross, who's next, buddy?
You guys know how I always kind of have like one of the trivia people that I'm rooting for because I could tell how excited they are. They've been trying all week.
Yeah.
Well, our next player is that individual for today. Let's welcome Patty.
Patty, right there on line 4. Patty, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm glad to hear that. We're going to try to get you over to the Rolling Stones. Today is National Mississippi Day. We're talking about Mississippi. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Coca-Cola was invented in Atlanta, Georgia in 1886, but it wasn't bottled until 1898 in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The outboard boat engine was invented in 1906 by Gustav Johnson in Beaumont, Mississippi. Or lastly, the familiar household cleaner Pine Sol was invented in Jackson, Mississippi in 1929.
I am going with number 2.
The boat motor?
Yes.
Oh, well, you should hop in that boat and go to the Rolling Stones because you won.
No, I did.
Yeah, you won. You're a winner.
Yes. You guys are wonderful.
All right. Well,
Thank you, Patty. Congratulations.
All right, Patty, you are a winner. I'm going to put you on hold. You
awesome.
enjoy the Rolling Stones. You know what she sounds like? Kristen Wiig's Target lady character.
Yeah, she does.
I love it.
The outboard boat engine was not created in Mississippi. It was in Michigan, but it was in 1906. However, Coca-Cola was bottled for the very first time because it was only available for years as a fountain drink.
Yeah, and you know why? To help medicine, because the fountains were in pharmacies, and that's why the soda
It was like a stomach thing, right?
No, it was to help kill the taste of the medicine that you had just bought.
Oh, really? How crazy is that? Yeah, invented in 1886, but not bottled and shipped out until 1898.
I gotta love Deb Snapple Fact Roberts. You know why, right?
And then Pine Sol was invented in Mississippi in the 20s and 29.
She got that from the pop-up version of It's a Wonderful Life.
I love that. Oh, they're supposed to do a movie.
Snapple facts, man. Thank you, Ross.
All right, a couple other things you may not know about Mississippi before we get over to Ross thoughts. Mississippi was the very first state to develop and plan a system of junior colleges in the U.S. That's from the state that comes in.
Everything go so wrong.
That's the state that comes in 49th in education.
I know.
It's also like when I was in elementary school, spelling the word Mississippi was your first IQ test.
Yeah, it was.
Well, they had a little. Do you remember the rhyme? M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback, I.
Never heard that.
Never heard that ever, huh?
Yeah, I've heard that. I just remember in like third grade, I just remember specifically one girl and being like, oh, you're so stupid, you can't even spell Mississippi. And I'm like, what? When was that the barometer? What?
How about this? You know, we've all heard about Tornado Alley. Where do you think Tornado Alley is? Like, it's Oklahoma, right? We always hear about Oklahoma, northern Texas.
Kansas.
You know, Arkansas, Missouri.
Kind of like, yeah.
Right? Well, it just so turns out the second and fourth deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history both happened in Mississippi. And they average about 21 of those a year, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. More than half of Mississippi is covered with forest. And I will tell you, if you drive through it, you can't believe it's only half.
Wow, that
it
sounds
feels
beautiful.
It feels like all of it is covered with woods. We drove for hours and saw nothing, like nothing. And lastly here, Mississippi produces more than half of America's farmed. It's not a vegetable.
Cotton?
Nope.
Marijuana.
It's not one of those either. It's a thing. It's a thing
Bass.
you eat. You're close. Catfish.
Oh, how their whiskers hurt, right? I've
Yeah,
heard that.
stop it, please. God, please stop. Let me live it down if you don't mind.
Well, you put it in trivia.
Never. What do you mean I put it in trivia?
That was self-inflicted.
I didn't even say the word. Yeah.
Like you had to have known.
Exactly, you had to have known.
All right, idiot. What's coming up for thoughts?
All right, so I'm here to tell you. Yesterday I told you the power of a pinky ring, right?
Oh yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I'm still feeling it, but to a toxic degree now.
Yeah, I did get my watch, by the way.
Yeah. So I go ahead, I got a pinky ring, and then I put it in my cool jewelry box where I keep my watches, and then something I need change because it's the only cool thing working for me right now, like fashion-wise.
All right.
So I just want to give you an idea. I've got some questions. Let's just say I think the wardrobe's getting a facelift.
Oh, and you're going to get are we to approve or disapprove of your choices?
Yep.
All right, we'll do that next.
Find us on Threads at Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Drivers can expect slowdowns on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound through downtown Orlando and between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at a disabled vehicle southbound on OBT blocking the left lane this afternoon at Town Center Boulevard. Looking at a crash also causing delays on Kirkman between Old Winter Garden Road and the 408. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Save big during Lowe's 25 days of deals. Right now, get up to 50% off select artificial Christmas trees, holiday lights, and more. Lowe's knows deals every day. Valid through 12/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You know, the holidays have arrived, and I'm here to take some stress away when it comes to buying something special for that someone special in your life. Got to see my friends over at Goldsmith Jewelry Shop. Easy to find right there on Lee Road. Rita Layer and their friends have been pals of mine for over 20 years, and it's where I go personally for all my jewelry needs. My wife's wedding ring came from there. The gift I just got her for her birthday came from there. Kids and in-laws gifts have come from there. You get the idea. When it comes for jewelry, that's where I go. And the reason why, 37 years of experience, personal service you simply won't find anywhere. And of course, the best selection of jewelry, diamond studs, tennis bracelets, necklace, fashion rings, engagement rings, loose diamonds, you get it. Plus, they can design something for you as well. Something for every budget, best quality for the lowest prices, and even better, fast, free shopping. It's goldsmithjewelry.com.
Extra cash? Coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football is here. That means it's time to watch some football. Winghouse Bar and Grill is a great place to do that. Delicious burgers, ice cold beer, famous wings. Kick back, have a cold one, catch the game. Plenty of TVs to go around. Plus, they have that NFL Sunday ticket for the weekends and one of the best happy hours out there. It's Winghouse. Good food, beautifully served.
Hey creators, it's your chance to be heard. Always dreamed of making your own song? Now you can with just a few swipes on the Hype app, where you can effortlessly create music, share it with friends, and join a community of real musicians. Listen to Johnny's House on XL 1067 for a chance to hear your Hype song air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the Hype app at XL1067.com. That's HYPH. Or follow XL1067 on Insta.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want to share special thank you messages this Veterans Day. And who better to hear them from than your friends and family?
Happy Veterans Day to my husband, Timothy Golden. We are so proud of you.
I'd like to shout out Brendan Barrett, who served as an infantryman in the U.S. Army.
Sending a happy Veterans Day shout out to my amazing husband, Shane Dixon.
And from all of us here, happy Veterans Day. Use hashtag Gratitude Mission to thank a veteran and honor their service. Your service inspires ours. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Enjoy Insured by NCUA.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo Goulet, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
To everyone who wants to treat the family to a meal made just for you, let our team member Arish share what makes Culver's special.
We know the best meals are the ones shared with the people you love. It's why we handcraft our Wisconsin classics, so there's a favorite for everyone. Like our cook-to-order butter burgers and our real Wisconsin cheese curds. And there's no better way to treat yourself than our creamy, fresh, frozen custard. I put the same care into your meal that I would for my own family.
Come to Culver's for a meal made the Wisconsin way.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Making money from an investment feels good, but investing in people with the Solo Funds app feels even better. Solo Funds lets you put your unused capital to work, earning a profit for you while you're helping others. As a part of the Solo community, you fund emergency loans to other Solo members, allowing for a financial outcome that works for both of you, making a social impact and a return on your money. Join the Solo movement. Join us at solofunds.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Deb with slam dunk on the catfish. Loving it.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it like we do every single day. I do. I don't know about these guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, no. Appreciate it more than you do.
No, not possible.
I think we do.
Not even possible.
I think it's. I think I'm actually in the first place of pairing.
Well, I don't know about first, but definitely.
All right,
I think we beat you.
916-1041. Oh, you beat me every day. Every day,
We
buddy.
do.
Trust me, you beat me.
I realize that
every single
with that
day.
talk back, I'm like, man, this guy never gets a break.
Every single day.
But it's out of love.
I get a break.
I even tried with a little compliment, and that turned into an insult, really, on the trivia thing. When he
Yeah.
called your game easy, then suddenly we're all jumping on you again.
Yeah, I know it happens.
It's unstoppable.
It's fine.
In my defense, I was not making fun. I was just being honest.
Hey, I like honesty. I can do that.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here, along with Jack, and Ross has some thoughts. Let's get them. Not that they're worth anything.
weird.
Let's get them anyway.
It's funny.
I be thinking.
Sometimes
My noodle.
it's Ross.
Cooking.
Spelled like sauce.
A little too soft.
It's Ross Thoughts.
It's overcooked pasta. Raw thoughts. All right, so fashion. Let's talk about it. I haven't been good at it my entire adult life.
Let me. Can I stop you right there? That must be a subjective thing. I think you dress very cool.
Well, I'm trying.
I think you do a good job. Since I've known you, I think you're a good dresser. You're very cool.
But I feel like a renaissance is right around the corner.
Again, I'm a 56-year-old white guy.
Yeah, so
my perception of cool could be a little different.
So the first thing I saw when I first saw Jack today, I noticed his shirt, and he's wearing like a long sleeve,
shirt.
That's a New Balance.
It's a freebie.
Is it free?
To me? Yeah, someone paid for it. Free to me, yeah.
Perfect answer. That's the Bradshaw's answer of all time.
What a response. Is that free? To me? To me, it was. There's a cost to everything.
But he had to throw it. Somebody paid for it.
But the first thing I said to him, I was like, it looks like he's about to compete. Like he's an iHeart-sponsored poet right now.
Like a poet?
Yeah, like a
Come on, Bradshaw, get in there and write.
Yeah, that kind of seems like one of those. It's an athletic fit.
Today, Jack has on his rhyming shirt.
Yeah, and then I see Deb rocking. I believe you're going to a Christmas occasion.
Yeah, party.
All right,
Yeah,
and now
nice. You fancy pants.
I know.
Now, did you say that begrudgingly? Did you not like dressing up?
Oh, there's
no.
people there.
Yeah.
So it's a big strikes 1 through how many ever people are there.
Yeah. He ain't wrong.
But like, I guess at 34 years young, I can't help but think like, man, I have really put that off. Like, I have spent years not caring about what I wear. As long as it was like cost efficient, I didn't really care.
Got you a hot ass wife.
Yeah, and then I got.
So I don't know what you're changing for, but I get it. I'm listening.
Well, I want to strive to be better. You know,
okay,
like
good.
I want to be arm candy to my wife as much as I want her to be arm candy to me. You know, I want that to be mutual instead of like, oh
Hey,
God,
man.
honey, call the cops.
Right.
You know, like
Listen, everybody's got a dream, dude.
yeah, there's all.
Blink if you need help.
Everybody's got a dream.
And as much as I understand that fashion and the clothes that you wear really do not determine who you are virtually kind of at all. All the super important things that are going to matter later, the real...
On your deathbed, you're not going to go, damn, I should have got those shoes.
I should have went that Gucci wallet. You know, you're not gonna think that as you flatline. You know, that's not there. But at the same time, after spending a week out in Arizona and calling for what it is, I do have an aunt who doesn't really, let's just say, have any money problems, and I see that I don't know anybody really that has the opportunity to be able to how would you guys dress guilt-free?
Oh, well,
kind of there.
I'm actually doing a little bit now. I wear like skinny jeans these days because I like tight-fitting jeans. I don't like those loose dad jeans anymore.
I'm happy that you bring up your jeans today.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I've noticed these jeans before, and it was right before the Thanksgiving break when I said to Jack, I think I left early that day because you guys are phenomenal teammates, and thanks for letting me to go pursue stand-up dreams and whatnot. Thank you, Jack. Right on cue.
A sigh of maybe
Just
approval.
A world-class sigh right there.
He's just jacking you, dude.
I like.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's Bradshaw.
Sorry, Bradshaw.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll
No, don't.
not that. Let's just bring it back.
Jim's skinny jeans.
Jim's skinny jeans. I've noticed those jeans. I told Jack, I was like, dude, if you want a segment, go look at Jim's jeans right now. Because they're very fashionable, but they're you're like a weird like centaur of fashion from the waist down and then something else. And right now, don't know this, Jim. There's a tear above your kneecap in those jeans.
Oh, there's a good one.
There's a good tear.
Yeah, it's working on my hand.
And I know you enough to know that was not done on purpose. That's from wear and tear.
Yeah.
But I also know you enough to look at that tear one morning in the mirror and went, I think this thing works.
Right.
I think they were going to think that this tear is working.
The scary part is I actually put tanner on that part where you can see my legs. Like something ain't adding up.
Yeah.
This guy laid out in these jeans.
You have some skin condition when you have no pants on. You just this island of smoker tooth yellow on your thigh.
I have to tell you though, I always wonder, am I trying a little too hard? I'm 56 years old out there with skinny jeans on, and I don't give a damn.
I don't know why,
I love them.
but this is the first time where I feel like I should care a little bit more. And then I started thinking after, hanging out with someone who does just, buy the clothes that they want.
Your wife?
No, my aunt.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, I forgot that was a possibility.
Yeah.
People buy the clothes that they want. And I've never really gone in the last my entire life, I've never gone shopping. I have a wife that has great taste, and I have learned to say it looks great. I accept gifts. I don't. If it's free, hell yeah, that's another thing off the list. But I'm really trying to change that mentality. I want to wear clothes that I like. I swear, dude, this pinky ring overnight. This is the whole reason why this pinky ring is even brought up. I got a pinky ring, and now
Show
I'm
it
like,
on camera.
dude, everything else doesn't look this nice.
Right. All of a sudden, now you're wearing capri pants.
Yeah. I want
no.
I want to try a little harder, but I've been working on my ankles. I'm not saying they have a six-pack, but like they're not as bad as they used to be.
By the way, Deb is going to freak out. One of the newest trends in golf gear is basically capri pants for men. Am I joking?
No. Mike McCarthy's also rocking them, the head coach of the Dolphins.
You mean like the old Payne Stewart fashion days?
No. Those are knickers. These things like come to a point and stop like halfway up your shin.
It's just
kind of
like,
dope.
I will beat you with that 3-wood.
Oh, I'll wear them.
If you were to ask yourself, and all of our listeners at the same time, what clothes would you own? Money, guilt, financial, free? Answer for me, the first thing that pops into my head, this is embarrassing, but it is true, a lot more fur.
A lot more fur, huh?
Yeah.
Fur.
Dude, I've always liked fur. I think fur is so cool.
Oh,
Not real fur. I just like the visual of fur.
You want to be the next Macklemore?
Yeah, something, dude. I don't know. I feel like now that I'm starting to care a little bit more about fashion, I'm passion for the fashion, that I feel like I can pull off anything, especially now with this pinky ring confidence.
See, I've always worn very blousy stuff because I've always been a little bigger. You know, I always had that little older man belly thing. So I wanted to get to the point where I could wear tighter clothes and look leaner. That was my whole thing. So that's the process I'm in right now. I got the bottom part done.
But you know,
working on those top floors these days.
Top heavy.
Harder to get the parts up there.
Well, you know, looking easier to shove these days.
That's why I let that ass go.
Got a little Humpty action happening. That's fine.
And then, so with you with fashion, I know that you enjoy dressing up, but you're more of a suit guy. You're not like a day-to-day, because right now we're on a golf shirt marathon since 2018.
Well, that's what I've been, because it's very comfortable. I wear golf shirts or T-shirts to the office. Very rarely do I wear button-up unless I'm going out after the fact. But I do have a good collection of shoes. I mean, you have to admit that.
Have good shoes.
Some hemp Adidas. I've got Pumas on right now, like suede Pumas that are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I got my Vans.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some cool shoes. Yeah, I'm not a nerd.
But would you dress any different if you could shop guilt-free?
I can right now. I have no problem. I can shop wherever I want right now.
Yeah, but I
don't go out enough to shop that kind of way. But I could. I just don't.
But I also know that you have that part of your brain that a lot of people have. Jack, black belt, you know, he's the Morpheus of this train of thought of like guilt after spending money.
Yeah, so it was a free shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm actually getting a little better at that. I have to tell you, I've made some strides in that whole thing. I bought golf clubs today. I did make a trade for them and stuff, but I did today. I went out and bought myself something I've been looking at for 3 months. But the clothes thing, though, buddy, within reason, am I going to spend $60 on a T-shirt? No. Will I spend $30 on a cool T-shirt? Yes. Something I would never have done 2 years ago.
And I'm curious, take the number out of it. What does that shirt look like? You know, like what's the apex of our fashion? Because I know for a fact that if money or the mental guilt of shopping something that is solely aesthetic, because that's the problem for me if I were to spend money on a shirt, I'm like, I wear this once every 4 months.
Right.
And it gives me, it's not a tool.
Right.
It brings no purpose besides, I think I look cool.
Yeah. I feel you there, man. I really do.
So it's a silly purchase, but I also I've never experienced that, so now I'm trying to ease into it.
You also did that with your golf stuff. You buy fly golf stuff. You have some cool golf stuff. Like the shirts are pretty cool and progressive.
A lot of gifts. I know I bought one, and people found out like, oh, Ross likes these shirts.
Yeah,
but here's the real. This is the whole reason I brought this up. Jack, talk to him. Let me hear you chirp. What would your fashion be if have you ran that thought before? If you're like, the number doesn't matter, I'm only here for looks.
I have some sweatpants that I really like. Can I want to start wearing those.
No.
Okay.
No. The answer is no.
There you go.
Sweatpants out are not good. You shouldn't wear sweatpants out. Although I saw every NBA player piling into the bus today, and every one of them were wearing Gucci sweatpants.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, they're like $800.
But
I mean, we run in the same circles. I think
you would go.
That should be my look.
You'd go luxury slob, like luxury. That's a look, though.
It is.
That's a look to buy, like
Luxury slob is a look?
Well, just to have great things and
shabby
be like, I don't care about it.
That's called shabby chic, right? Where the stuff is cool. It just you look like Keith Richards on a bad day, but everything is very good.
Just know that it's on the horizon. All right, that when I walk in here one day with like a top hat and fur, I want you guys to be like, all right, I guess this is what he's doing now, and he's in a lot of debt.
Can I ask you a question personally?
Yeah.
Did you see when I had the skinny jeans with the cuffs and then my boots?
You rocked them.
Did that look good?
I thought it looked good.
Okay,
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm happy you brought that up because that was one reason why I hope that we're even talking about this. I'm like, if Jim is trying.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying hard.
I can try.
If Jim is trying.
If Jim is trying, if he's got, like boots, I should have a pair of boots. I don't have a pair of boots.
Those boots are dope.
They're good boots.
Oh, man, they're so good.
God.
Zip up the side, and they have laces. So many ways to get your finger caught.
All for a smooth $2,500. Otherwise, I don't know.
If I was offered $1 million to write what you guys have worn the past week, I wouldn't have got anything right.
Oh, really?
I had no idea.
You don't pay attention at all?
I didn't know you had boots. He mentioned the thing about your ripped jeans. I didn't even notice you have ripped jeans.
Oh, man.
Come on, Jack.
I just noticed Deb was wearing red today. And
not
I
even
just
red.
thought it was very festive.
It's fuchsia.
See?
It's
and I don't even
red.
get that right.
That's not red.
It's red. The lights make it look fuchsia, you weirdo.
Yeah. See your Ross thoughts.
I'm a
Weirdo.
With ripped jean weirdo.
Colorblind weirdo.
Oh, God. Those are your thoughts. I'm out. Peace. Don't be afraid to pursue a little bit more fashion. At least that's where my mind is at. I'm going to splash some cash on some cool stuff.
Anybody want to put their hand in my jeans hole? It's warm.
Will we get Tanner on us?
I call it my leg papoose.
Why is there a trucker phone number next to it?
It's called the glory hole.
I'm not even tell you what that looks like from this angle. No, it's a denim one of those. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in just 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Enjoy the Twitter experience without the musk. At Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still looking at slow traffic this evening on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound between the Greenway and US 27, as well as between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at a good ride for those taking the Beach Line and the Greenway this evening. No major slowdowns or delays to report as you take the 408. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now at Lowe's, get the lowest prices of the year on select appliances. Get up to 45% off and save an extra $100 on every $800 you spend on select appliances. Valid through 12/6. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. 'Tis the season. Of course, you want to be around for as many Thanksgivings and Christmases and New Year's as possible. But what you may not know, especially if you're my age in your mid-50s, is you just may have a little ticking time bomb in your chest. Your heart could have problems that you just simply don't know about. And with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan, you can now. And I have to tell you, man, we just got another testimonial in today. A woman hears her spot. She goes in, gets her heart scan, doesn't think there's any problem. And it led to information that where they rushed her from the facility over to the hospital and into surgery and wound up saving her life. 3 major blockages in her heart. That is the kind of information you get with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. Know what you need to know, guys. I'm telling you, this early detection thing is no joke. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Like I said, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. While you're there, you got to ask about their cancer screening as well, and it could not be easier to make your appointment. Here's what you do. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that appointment. Make that call today. Make this the day that you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
To everyone who wants to treat the family to a meal made just for you, let our team member Arish share what makes Culver's special.
We know the best meals are the ones shared with the people you love. It's why we handcraft our Wisconsin classics, so there's a favorite for everyone. Like our cooked-to-order butter burgers and our real Wisconsin cheese curds. And there's no better way to treat yourself than our creamy, fresh, frozen custard. I put the same care into your meal that I would for my own family.
Come to Culver's for a meal made the Wisconsin way.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Hi, I'm Daniel Tosh, host of a new podcast called Tosh Show, brought to you by iHeart Podcasts. I'll be interviewing people that I find interesting, so not celebrities, and certainly not comedians. We'll be covering topics like religion, travel, sports, gambling, but mostly it will be about being a working mother. If you're looking for a podcast that will educate and inspire, or one that will really make you think, this isn't the one for you. Listen to Tosh Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, JCS family. Speaking of relatives and relative sex, you have to pull up the Saturday Night Live clip called Do It on My Twin Bed. It's got Jimmy Fallon and all the greats, little Adie Bryant, and it's about the girls bringing their boyfriends home during the holidays and doing it on the twin bed. It's catchy, it's funny,
It's catchy.
It'll make you laugh.
I've seen that bit. It's
Love you
funny.
guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
She floats like a swan, grace on the water,
Lips like sugar. Such a good band.
lips like sugar. Just when
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Yo.
And Ross.
It's true.
Very good.
And that is Echo and the Bunnymen.
Yes.
I also like their cover of People Are Strange.
Yeah.
By The Doors, which is on the soundtrack to Lost Boys.
Oh, it's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
When they've got that playing.
Their other big hit is my favorite one, though. Something Moon. I can never remember.
Yeah.
Blue Moon.
No. Hush.
That song rips, though.
It is. It's good.
How's it going?
All right, 407-916-1041. I told you guys this, they're at the end of the year, they always do, these states have led this, these states have done this, these are the states leading in this. And this one was kind of crazy. We got a couple of these in the show up with today. This was courtesy of Newsweek, celebrating their 90th year, by the way. Do you guys consider Newsweek a reputable news source? I mean, not maybe for hard news, for anything at all. Do you guys even consider it at all? I pop through there because they have some good pop culture stuff sometimes.
Yeah, they've been around a while. I'm not sure if I've ever read the actual magazine. I guess it's all digital now.
Yeah, it's just online.
I presume.
Yeah.
But I hadn't heard problems against it. I haven't heard a lot of erroneous reports.
Yeah, me either.
Attached to it.
And I did a little research on it. And at the end of every story now, when you go to especially political stories, it has a little meter at the bottom, and it asks for your input on whether or not you thought the story was biased or not. And you could click on that meter, and I guess and give them a vote or give them a grade on how they thought. How you thought that the story was covered, if it was just covered with the facts and stuff. And as I research, I think Newsweek is pretty much voted right down the middle. They don't really bias either way. And if you read it, you really don't see a political bias at all. They're not really trying to push a narrative, not like Fox or CNN. It's not like that.
Question, because this is just how I see, when we look at the media cards and narratives and biases and stuff. Would you say that, let's say CNN and Fox, they have the same news story, but they prioritize it different? Because you can kind of see the same news stories on every.
It's what they focus on in the story is what I think.
What did they give the bigger font to?
Right, and the thing is with me with Fox, I think CNN is doing a much better job of this because they call themselves out. Like they will actually call Democrats out. They'll call their own company out. They've done it a number of times, and I know this. I read it every single day. Like, I'm not making this up. There's no bias. Fox, on the other hand, when you read it from the onset, I can almost predict what the top 3 stories in Fox are going to be based on the other news I've read that morning because Fox has to have an angle that supports a conservative viewpoint, right? And CNN does it for the most part still with liberal viewpoints, but CNN has gotten a lot better since they made their big change, 6-8 months ago, guys?
Yeah.
When they said they were going to try to kind of balance that out a little bit more, they got tired of having that bias idea. Fox doesn't really look at it that way. I mean, you can see them basically put forward the stories, and you'll see the word Biden a bunch right up front because they use Biden a lot. Biden did this, Biden did that, Biden didn't do this.
It's really obvious right outside our office here because we have their side by side.
Yes.
There's 2 giant televisions. One is CNN and the other one has Fox. And you can see them cover the same story. And to Ross's point, what they decide to super on it, what they'll title it on it, is quite telling.
How they angle it. Like one news story or the headline could say, well, this person said this, and the other person could say, well, I'll give you a perfect example. Perfect example is former President Trump went to a Clemson game this weekend in South Carolina, which is the home state of Nikki Haley, one of his primary opponents in the Republican primary coming up, right?
Yes.
Half the stories on Fox News said, Trump arrives to great cheers. On CNN, it said Trump arrives to some cheers and booze. And when you watch the video, CNN is accurate. It wasn't great cheers across the board for President Trump or former President Trump in South Carolina. It was a mixtures of booze and cheers.
Oh, but Fox can be right. If he arrived to great cheers, he arrived to great cheers, but there were also booze. But
they don't include that.
They're not including that.
Right, yeah.
So that's their bias. What's interesting about the Newsweek thing, because some people feel if it strays from my opinion, then it's bias.
Right.
I think that's what it's so overused because people will say something and it can be right down the middle. It can be factual 100%, but if it differs from their opinion,
their narrative,
that's got to be biased.
100%. This has nothing to do with that. I just told you guys it was from Newsweek.
Sorry, but that was fun to talk about.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, this is a
Jimmy.
This is a new study that has revealed the states with the highest rates of illicit drug use, as reported by the residents themselves.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting take.
Now I'm gonna count this down here because I want to make sure I got them just right. Okay, very good. I would bet that if I had to guess, you would, out of the top 3, you guys might get 1. But I don't believe if I gave you 10 guesses that you would get 1 of them. Who do you think?
Vermont.
Number 1. Did you read the story? Or
I did not.
No, Vermont is the number 1 state for illicit drug use.
You got to give yourself a time.
I will.
So where did you get that info? That's interesting. I have not heard that. The reason I pulled the story is because it's Vermont. I would think most people would think it would be out west.
It's funny because I said Vermont and I probably meant to say New Hampshire because, to be honest,
look the same.
That's the one I would have given you 10 guesses to get.
Okay.
That's how odd I thought Vermont was.
Right. So, but New Hampshire, I was just thinking of, I remember when they were politically, before the primaries, they talked about what a huge problem it is in the area. And sometimes I get my Vermonts and New Hampshires mixed up.
Yeah. It says that Vermont came up number 1 with the highest self-reported percentage of adults using illicit drugs in the past month, according to a list compiled by addiction treatment organization Cured Nation. Roughly 1 in 4 Vermonters age 18 or older admitted to using illicit drugs within the past month. And for teenagers 12 to 17, drug use was at 12.5% in the state. Cocaine, heroin, and cannabis are illegal to possess. Their cocaine use is the highest in the country at 3.5%. Vermont.
That's why Bernie's still alive.
How did you get that for real? How would you guess Vermont, or why? Just because you saw it in the primaries?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, 4 years ago, they were talking about just the opioid crisis in general.
But I thought West Virginia would come right up.
And that was going to be a guess, but when you said it's going to be odd, then I remembered the Northeast has a problem. But
what are the other states?
South Dakota.
No, but it's up there.
North Dakota.
It's not top 3, but it's up there.
I was going to say Arkansas.
Arkansas, no.
Iowa?
No.
Minnesota.
Nope.
Wisconsin.
That's wild. So
California?
So out west, I mean, there is a state that has a horrible reputation for having
New Mexico.
massive illicit drug problems. It's Oregon. Like Portland in that area up there is absolutely a joke, apparently, for heroin use and cocaine use.
I didn't see that when I was there.
And then, believe it or not, Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
But Alaska's there because there's nothing else to do.
And you've got
exactly. So much darkness.
And you've got a lot of guys up there working those kinds of like oil rig jobs, right?
Yep.
Where you make stupid amount of money, but you're living in a small town where there's literally nothing to do, nowhere to spend it on. You're bored. You're lonely.
Yep.
And there's like, if you have 12 people with drug problems in Alaska, you're going to break the top 10. I'm assuming this is probably like a per capita kind of thing.
Well, it says by the people who live there. So I think when they just polled people in different states and said, where do you think and people are like, oh, yeah, well, yeah. Because if you ask me about Florida illicit drug use, I would say there's not much of a problem. We smoke a lot of weed in Florida. But I don't see a big heroin problem. I know we used to be like the center of acid use in the U.S. in the 90s.
And the opioid epidemic was.
And X hit us hard, but
opioids.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
No, we were one of the top states.
Really?
You had people from Kentucky coming here.
Oh, that's right.
To
I
get their
remember.
pills.
We were. Yeah,
we were the
Epicenter.
trailblazer.
Yeah, we really were.
Of opioids and prescription drugs.
And it took literally traffic accidents for people to figure out why is a car full of people here from Kentucky who aren't registered at a hotel that's how they made the connection that people were traveling here and then pharmacy shopping on their way back to Kentucky to get their scripts filled.
I called it pharmaceutical tourism.
Yeah.
But the pill mill database was a way to start tracking that, and that's when they cracked down on that. But then you saw a spike in heroin when the when the prescriptions became harder to get.
Went right to the streets
heroin
again.
use went.
Well, yeah, a pill, was what, $30? A hit of heroin could be $5 or $10.
I had a jaw-dropping moment watching a documentary about opioids. I think it's on Netflix, and the narrator then, in the middle of the series goes, and back in 1998, it was flourishing down in Naples, Florida.
Yeah.
And I went, 98, Dad was still alive.
Yeah.
Naples, Florida, where I was born and raised. And it was such a weird moment to see a Netflix special essentially stop itself short from going, we're talking about your dad, Ross.
Yeah, no doubt.
It says the opioid crisis, which estimated to have killed how many people in 2022 alone? What do you guys think? How many people did opioids kill in 22 in America?
60,000.
I was going to say 65.
I'll go 195,000. Dunked it.
God, it's funny. You went just a little too hot. 110,000 people.
Wow.
What states? Well, I'm not going to make you guess that, but here are the prevalent states. There are 4. Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, Louisiana. All in the South. All red. Yep. So anyway, that's a whole bunch of problems there. Texas was last on the list, with adults reporting drug use at only 9% of the time. And then fentanyl was an issue as well.
What were the third state, Jimmy? Because you had Vermont, Oregon,
Alaska.
Yeah,
remember I was in Alaska.
Yeah, that's right.
Alaska is mostly weed. About 22% of young people say they smoke weed in Alaska, and that sounds low. It should be way higher than that. I should call Alaska and tell them they should smoke more, because who wants to be there?
But would it be safe to assume those are blue states, at least not in Alaska, but Vermont and Oregon, right?
Yeah, Vermont and Oregon. But that's the illicit stuff. The opioids were in the South.
Yeah.
Where they were easy to get. And, in West Virginia, of course, when you read those numbers, that's why the Sackler family got talked to real tough.
Well, and that's why they debuted it there.
But nothing happened, especially when they, I think how many millions of pills went to West Virginia, one of the least populous states in the entire country.
That's why
it was enough to give everybody like 100,000 pills or something.
Why it's got its nickname as hillbilly heroin, because the first place they started were the coal miners in West Virginia. They, let's do this in West Virginia and see how popular it gets, and it got popular.
They call them pillbillies.
Hillbilly heroin.
Yeah.
Oh, pillbillies.
Pillbillies. Yeah.
It's looked at that Sackler family over a span of like 2 decades or just shy is responsible of 200,000.
Yeah, deaths.
Yeah.
And the other one, the other list from the states I found pretty interesting was, where do you think more people moved last year? Where did more people move to last year? In other words, this is a growth.
Texas.
Florida.
I'm going to say Florida.
Okay, so let's take Florida out. It is number 1. 1.9%.
Oh, Arizona.
We had a 1.9% total increase of population in our state in 2022. You say Arizona?
I know a lot of people are fleeing California, so those western states are getting whoa, you're not from here.
I won't tell you. I won't tell you where that falls yet. Jack, you want to take a shot at number 2? If you get this, I will be way impressed.
Okay, wait. Ooh.
I mean, I will be grossly impressed. Let's see if you can deduce this one.
Oklahoma.
No, not bad though.
North Carolina.
Idaho.
No.
Idaho saw a 1.8% population increase over the year 2022-2023.
What did they do different?
Don't know.
A little remix or something?
Could be Californians or others looking to buy land, which is probably cheaper in Idaho than they could ever afford in the Golden State.
And Idaho is a gorgeous state. It's beautiful. I think one of the best ski resorts in the nation is in Idaho, isn't it? Not Sky Valley, Blue Sky or Big Sky or something out there. It's supposed to be one of the best, coolest ski resorts in the U.S., where all the richos go. Number 3 is South Carolina.
Oh,
but South Carolina is going through a bit of they're feeling themselves a little bit now.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of industry going there. It's a beautiful state, by the way. I mean, a lot of cool stuff to do, good climate. Texas is number 4. Number 5 came up today, and here's another one. Like, other than incentives, I can't imagine ever going, you know what? I've been dying to retire to
Utah,
Nebraska,
Indiana,
South Dakota.
Nailed it.
South Dakota, 1.5% total population increase over the last year.
Like, that's one of those numbers, though. It's like 40 people moved there.
Right, exactly, because it's so sparse
It
already.
is so bare.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is hands down, without a doubt, the worst state that I have put my body through.
The only thing there is Mount Rushmore, right?
Is
it Mount? Yeah, is it
it's
North
around
Dakota?
there.
Yeah.
I just
I think
don't know.
North Dakota and South Dakota, I believe, are the least populous states in America. There are more people in Orlando than in the entire state of South Dakota, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think there's less than just at 1 million people in the entire state. Anyway, it rounds out Delaware, Arizona, number 8, which I thought was really low.
I'm surprised.
And I also thought North Carolina was low because that is another state that saw a massive boom about 10 years ago, and it's just now tapering a little bit. But another beautiful state with lots of industry going there.
Lots of universities.
Professional sports.
Petey Pablo, DeBaby, come on.
Good
Ooh,
topography.
love
Good
DeBaby.
season changes at the perfect, the perfect level where you get nice
mountains.
Yeah. And then lastly is Utah, another beautiful state.
Utah is a stunner.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I would say that's an underrated state.
There you go.
Not a lot of people talk about it, and plus the Jazz are kind of cool.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let's do last call. You guys can call in and do a little thing for us. You take the show over, a little callback, a little joke, anything fun. Again, that's 407-916-1041. All lines open. Grab one now, and we'll do last call right after this.
Got something to say?
Oh my God, don't look, you son of a bitch!
Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free hard scan.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Thursday, tomorrow, pretty similar to today. High temperature near 80, a 10% chance of a shower this weekend. Low to mid 80s, very high humidity. It'll feel hotter than that. A 20% chance of a shower Saturday, 30% on Sunday, and also Monday. A cold front comes through next Monday, and that'll send the humidity and temperatures packing as we go into the middle part of next week. Temperatures for highs will be back into the mid 60s next Wednesday and Thursday.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. The holidays are back, and you know what else is back? Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. So take some time for yourself with this cold and creamy treat this year. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Glasses and contact lenses are a hassle. Why not visit the Filotowski Eye Institute? Get that Smile LASIK, state-of-the-art LASIK technology. We're talking minimally invasive, fast recovery times. Most of the people who get this surgery, which includes my father-in-law and my son, return to work or play the very next day. Now, here's what happens. Right, this time of year, you want that crystal clear vision. You don't have to wear glasses or contacts. You just want to be able to enjoy your life. Christmas photographs, you don't want those glasses in there. You want to be able to see all these beautiful lights and sights exactly how you're meant to. Crystal clear HD vision, and that's exactly what the Filotowski Eye Institute can do for you. By the way, it is painless. It takes no time, just a few minutes, but the change it makes in your life is insurmountable. Simply amazing technology you can take advantage of just by doing this. Simply text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy your life to the fullest. By the way, you can save money while doing this. These guys have 24-month interest-free financing. Again, it can't be easier. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filotowski Eye Institute get you started on a path to better vision today.
My name is John Clay Wolf, and I'm the CEO of GiveMeTheVin.com, and I love to buy cars. And I love the system we built to buy your car. It is quick. It is fast. If you've got your license plate number, you can just go to GiveMeTheVin.com, stick it in there. 45 seconds, you're in and out. You'll have a number. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer, where we love to buy cars.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Looking to take your next event to the next level? Party Time Rentals in Apopka serves all Central Florida.
From birthdays to weddings, corporate events to family reunions, Party Time Rentals in Apopka has everything you need to make your event unforgettable.
Our wide selection will make your party planning a breeze.
Our friendly staff is ready to help, ensuring your event goes off without a hitch.
Party Time Rentals in Apopka. Visit us today in Apopka or online at partytimeapopka.com.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Unleash your creativity with the brand new Hype app. That's HYPH. Hype empowers you to create music effortlessly. Sharing your songs with friends on social media. Create your song with a few swipes. You'll never believe how easy and fun it is to make music. Listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com or go to Instagram at XL1067.
Tis the season of holiday gatherings. Light up everyone with a box of a dozen Dunkin' Donuts. From sprinkled and powdered to frosting galore, you'll have everyone's fave in one festive box, including yours. Save time and order ahead in the app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world, famous for their police-escorted motorcades that whisk them in and out of their live shows. Now, iHeartRadio gives you a chance to be part of the entourage on the Stones' upcoming tour. You and 3 friends travel via motorcade to the VIP entrance, check out Soundcheck, and see the Rolling Stones live from some of the best seats in the house. Another iHeartRadio once-in-a-lifetime experience. Enter to win by listening to this station on the free iHeartRadio app.
Today's thank you is brought to you by Stella Artois. Elevate your holidays and toast someone special with a Stella Artois.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Trust me, I didn't want to end the song either. I wanted to keep on listening. I may zap it up on the way home today.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. And Ross.
Sorry, we didn't get the weather report guy out of the
God almighty.
pit.
We're trying to save him.
I love it when they pipe it in and they don't know how to pronounce the words.
Yeah,
or
people
roads.
don't know. That's live.
Yeah, completely live. Coming up tomorrow, Fayaz Kara will be in. Embers Only will be here as well. We'll get you on to a nice cigar for the holidays. Fayez will do Primetime Kitchen. Tell us about what's good to eat in Orlando. And, of course, we'll have Rich Tips with our friend Candace Rich.
Back in the States.
Back in the States. My God.
Poor thing.
My wife was like, wait. I was like, can you believe this? She can broadcast from, like, cruise ships and blah, 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 blah. It sounds amazing. She's like, it's like an engineer for the station almost. And my wife goes, she's still on vacation? That's the first thing. She's still on vacation. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have brought that up. Because we aren't.
I'm surprised her response wasn't like, so why do you go to work?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, why do you go to work? Let's see.
Because you like us.
Yeah, no, I do. I hate broadcasting from home. I have to sometimes. I'm just not a fan of it. Even when we did it, when we had to, obviously you just kind of put yourself in the mindset to do the best job you can, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same vibe. I mean, if I was broadcasting him from home, how could Ross come in here and waste all my break time by telling me about stuff?
Oh, but it gives me these moments to get stuff done.
All right, you know what? I was excited about my golf shows.
I am very excited about your golf shows.
How productive were we the beginning of this week, right?
Never know with you guys.
I think I'm going to join a club next year.
The hell?
I think I'm going to join a golf club next year. I don't know where yet.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I've made a commitment to myself to.
I know what I'm rooting for.
What?
The same exact thing that happened the last time you joined a golf club.
No, yeah, it didn't work out well.
Yeah, no one liked you.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that. No one was very friendly. I was like trying to introduce myself to everybody, and nobody just was interested.
Like,
they had their click, and they didn't want to get anybody else.
It's clicky. It's a thing. So
I just want the golf.
Right.
I don't care about the social stuff.
Why don't you? But you remember there was some other clubs he was going to join, right? He was going to do a pickleball thing.
Yeah,
then you were gonna join a pool shooting club.
Yeah,
dart throwing.
I have no time for pool.
Boxing. I think.
Dart throwing.
No, the boxing thing is still in play.
Dart throwing was going to be a league.
I think a Mustang club too.
Snapple Fax is back.
Listen. I consider a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we know.
But the one thing I am going to do for sure, I made the first move today by upgrading my golf equipment, is I told myself in 2024 I was going to try to qualify for the Florida Senior Open. And the Florida Senior Open is an amateur golf tournament here in Florida run by the FSGA, which is the Florida State Golf Association. And I want to try to play and compete in that. And the reason why I think I can make it in is, the qualifier that's up at Heathrow right here in Orlando. I think the guy they took 6 qualifiers, and all you had to do is shoot like 78. Well, I shot 78 on that golf course like 4 or 5 times. I could shoot 78 there pretty easy, I think, with a relatively good round. So I think getting in there and playing it would be a lot of fun. I mean, that'd be like a dream.
How many tournaments have you played?
I don't know, probably 10.
Oh, yeah. So though.
10 or maybe more.
There's a difference between 78 with, let's say, me or maybe, your kid.
Yeah, I shot 76 in a golf tournament before.
Right.
Up in P-Town, I've shot in the 70s before in a golf tournament. I mean, I know I can do it.
Yeah, it's just always like a little bit
more
different.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Why is that 4-footer looking at me?
But the cool thing is there are a bunch of other tournaments going into that I can play where I feel, comfortable. I shot 75 in Daytona in a tournament once, one day, on a golf course I'd never seen before.
I just love how Deb just rattled off like 6. Actually, what about that one thing?
Yeah, she knew them all. Right. Hey, let's shut you up. Who do we have to thank today?
Just a machine gun of with that one statement.
Are you ever going to run that animal?
Well,
Actually.
Stop it.
We want to thank Frogger's Grill and Bar. Most importantly, Ribbit. That delicious lunch today. Really different quesadillas, man. Their quesadillas were so full of protein that was spicy.
Their bang bang shrimp
was delicious.
Holy balls, man.
Yeah,
all
definitely.
Their wings.
Definitely the place to watch football tonight, this weekend. Frogger's Grill and Bar. Danny Meyering with Orlando Date Night Guide. You can always get her suggestions at JimColbertLive.com, along with attorney Glenn Klausman. What a guy.
Yeah, so he just, not only did he give away those trees, he actually went and bought more because a lot of people were calling.
And Shelly, his wife, is now decorating them.
Is decorating the trees that he already purchased new so that people could have Christmas trees.
What sweet people.
This is just one of the reasons we have Glenn on.
Yes, my God.
He's just one of the coolest, greatest guys. We love him.
And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Jackson, question of the day, friend.
Yes, we had a question, and it was in our YouTube chat. Have you ever had sex while staying at a friend's or relative's house?
That's high. I'm going to go. That's going to be in the low 70s. I'll go 71% on that one, Jackson.
Not high enough. 83%.
All right.
That's higher as Vermont.
Chicken bow, bow, bow.
Yeah. Ross, stand up.
Tomorrow night, if you have tickets to the Don't Tell Comedy Show in downtown Orlando, I should be closing that out. I'll be there, and also on the 16th, I'll be over at the Villages trying to keep these people alive.
No, buddy. Trust me, I got to tell you, I don't think they're having a problem staying alive.
Yeah, not my first rodeo over at the Villages. Can't wait to tell jokes there.
Right on, for sure. All right, let's get to it. Let's do some last call. Let's go to Big T. Last call.
All right, so Jimmy, I have to say, I've been sick earlier this week. I wasn't having a good week, but you brought me up today because you know what? I can't wait for the next live broadcast to check out those sexy skinny jeans and that sweet ass.
You have no idea, big dog, and I can't wait for you to do it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to saute my ass right over there and stick it right in your face.
Whoa,
Oh,
sachet,
my goodness.
sachet.
Yeah, whatever.
You can saute what?
Megan, last call. We're moving forward. Megan.
You're on, Megan.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even know what last call is.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate it.
That was it.
Soul Man, last call.
Hey, guys. Hey, I was sitting on my front porch in the neighborhood. Timmy was walking down the street, and he had something under his arm. And I go, hey, Timmy, what do you got there? He goes, some chicken wire. I'm like, what are you going to do with that chicken wire? He goes, I'm going to go catch me some chickens. I'm like, you can't catch chicken with chicken wire. He's got like a dozen chickens with their heads stuck through the chicken wire. I'm like, well, that's weird. Next day I see him, he's walking down the road, he's got duct tape. I'm like, what are you going to do with that duct tape? He goes, I'm going to go catch some ducks. I'm like, you can't catch ducks with duct tape. 10 minutes later, he's walking up the street, he's got like 7 ducks all wrapped up in duct tape. The following day I see Timmy again. I go, Timmy, what do you got today? He goes, I got some pussy willows. I go, I'm going to go grab my hat. I'll be right there.
Oh, that was
Buzz,
so close.
last call.
Hey, Jim, I consider myself progressive and quite flexible. But what kind of sex can you have on the kitchen table when both asses are on there at the same time?
Oh, it's really tough. I have to draw it for you. And then last call, Mom, party mom, take us home.
How much does Santa pay to park his sleigh?
I don't know.
Absolutely nothing. It's on the house.
Thanks, Party Mom. Appreciate that. Let's get the hell out of here. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Thursday evening.
Bye.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is